Good evening and welcome to Carlsbad and Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium from here in the Cave City, the final tune-up of the pre-district season for the Lovington Wildcats. Good evening and welcome. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan patrolling field side, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing today. This is your Stone Oil Field Services pregame show as the Cats look to stay perfect in the pre-district race, but facing a 6A opponent tonight in the Carlsbad Cavemen. And Don, as we come on the air tonight, we're getting a little bit of a pregame show from both bands. The Carlsbad band on the field, but Lovington brought the Big Blue Band, and they are also performing in the stands between numbers for Carlsbad. So we've been serenaded, so to speak, as we get this game underway. But important tonight for the Lovington Wildcats to go 3-0 in pre-district, but they got a big target put on their back yesterday by the NMAA as the Max Preps rankings put Lovington at number 1 in Class 5A.
Wow. Yeah, and that does paint just they were number 2, and that was bad enough in a way because, again, everybody's gunning for you. You've got that extra, pressure that you put on yourself to earn that, number 1 spot, and then everybody is looking to knock you off, and it becomes that much harder because there's a psychological factor to all this, but there's also, the fact that they only have 3 pre-district games, and they're all important, and this one coming against a 6A opponent, it's their last chance to really toughen up, sharpen up, and make sure that they've got their A game when they start district 1 week from tonight against Roswell. It's going to be, a good night for football. It's beautiful down here. Can't wait for that sun to finish going down behind the mountains because right now it's in all of our eyes, on this side. But it looks and shaping up to be a really beautiful night for football. But man, it's going to be a big battle on the gridiron in Lovington. They are without Cam Ochoa again tonight. I just know that he is not suited, and he's not suited up. He's not here. So I know that.
Well, he is here. He went out with the captains.
Yeah, but he's not to play. He's not here to play tonight. Is what I mean. So I'm sure they're just trying to make sure that he's completely healthy and 100% for next Friday when district starts. Hopefully he'll see action then. But they're not gonna put him in until they know it's safe for him to do so. And that was not a major injury, but it's certainly one to just make sure it doesn't get worse and that he is ready to go 100%. He is the only one on the roster who is unavailable to play tonight, though, I'm told.
All right, so Lovington will have their full complement tonight. And just before we went on the air, Lovington's captains did go out with Carlsbad's captains, and Lovington did win the coin toss and deferred to the second half. Of course, last week, Lovington getting the big victory over Portales, and really the first half a masterclass in how to do things. The second half got a little sloppy, but they were working on a lot of things. They were so far ahead at that point. I mean, at one point we're up 30-0. So really they were just working on some stuff, trying some people in new places and trying some new things. But in the game overall, they finished up just shy of 400 yards in that ball game, 387 total. Matthew Prudencio went 13 of 23 for 229, no touchdowns and no interceptions. So a solid night. Lovington got it done on the ground. Now Carlsbad coming in at 1-1 under head coach Cale Sanders. They got absolutely run out of Eddy County in the Battle of Eddy County week 1 as Artesia just took it to them. But then last week they returned the favor to Goddard and beat Goddard 45-22. So Carlsbad would like to pick off another team from Lovington's 5A district. As the two teams out on the field, our Wildcats are wearing the road white unis, the all-white uniforms with the blue letters and numbers, Cats in script on the helmet. For the home team, Carlsbad Cavemen, they are in the all blues tonight with the white letters and numbers, and they have silver helmets with the caveman on the side of their helmets. So looking forward to this one. Still got about 10 minutes until kickoff from here at Ralph Boyer Stadium in Carlsbad. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout, and we will return as your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show continues on Z94 KZOR. Thank you, Manny. You're going to have to be loud, bud. Seriously.
That's kind of cool, though, I got to say.
Well, they've done it at home before. Hobbs and Lovington both. I don't know where they're going to land that thing, though.
I don't think they're going to land.
Just going to
bomb
the field?
I think they're going to come, I think they're going to get pretty close and drop it. I don't know. We'll see.
Football could hurt dropped from a couple 100 feet up in the air if it hits somebody. Okay. Remember, Manny, you got to be loud, bud.
Well, I'm going to try to step out of the way.
Tonight's T-shirts and footballs, not the one of the helicopter, are brought to you by Carlsbad National Bank. Community-minded, just like you. Good cavemen.
Yeah, as long as I can kind of hear you. And Don, I had to kill your mic. I can't hear you over the helicopter. I can't hear anything over the helicopter.
15. 10. 5. Three, two, one.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and on HobbsAmerica.com. The Stone Oilfield Services pregame show continues. Stone Oilfield Services, Mr. Stone and the whole family, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats as the helicopter descending into the north end zone here at Ralph Boyer Stadium. I forgot to kill the stream a minute ago, so we were mentioning we have seen this in Hobbs and Lovington before. I'm glad they decided to actually land behind the north end zone. It might have hurt dropping a football from, a couple 100 feet if it had hit somebody, but an interesting way and, a neat way to deliver the game ball before this final pre-district matchup. Now, as we continue, of course, mentioned in the game last week on the road in Portales, Prudencio with 229 yards through the air. On Dallas Cardenas, though, 15 carries and 109 yards, breaking the century mark. Very important and a big day for Dallas Cardenas. And it's one of those things, and I think as we talk about the keys to the game, Dawn, and I do have your mic back on, I may have to turn it back off when the helicopter takes back off. But,
right.
Very important, I think, tonight to establish the run. Really, the run last week against Portales is what set up everything for these Cats. The Portales players got so focused on stopping Cardenas, stopping the Wildcat, keeping an eye on Prudencio that sometimes they lost the receivers. There wasn't just a lot of huge receiving plays in that ball game, but what there was timely, and it moved the chains.
Yeah, it did, and so that's the offensive picture for Lovington, is they want to get into that rhythm as soon as they can and get points on the board. They've always been a team that feeds and succeeds off of success, and so they want to do that. Now, of course, they're not going to have the ball. They're going to start on D, and defense is really, that's been their bread and butter over the last several seasons. Their D has really saved their bacon a lot of times, but they've got to have the points on the board to go with it, and they've got to be careful about the running game, that they get their own game going, but stopping the run is something that is sometimes challenging for this Wildcat team.
Well, it has been, and actually I talked to a former coach that I trust to know this the other day. I won't say who it was, but he said the game plan for every team coming in against Lovington is going to be jam it right down their throats, because early on, when everybody's fresh, that's one thing, but it's harder to stop the run, and they want to throw little swing passes and just wear down the Lovington offensive and defensive line, because for the most part, it's the same offensive and defensive line. So you really, if you're Lovington, you mentioned it, get out to the quick start. Have a good first quarter, half of the second quarter, and then you're gassed. And then you get a little rest at halftime, come out and win the third quarter, and then hang on against these bigger teams. Carlsbad literally has, I want to say, 88 kids on the roster.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is insane.
It's endless. I got like 4 or 5 sheets of paper in my hand with the roster.
I'm sitting there counting, and I think we've got 35 or 38 kids suited up. They've got nearly 90.
Well, when they bumped Lovington up to 5A, Lovington is the smallest of the 5A schools in their district, and I'm not sure that they really should be there. But
it's based on enrollment in the high school.
So it's just barely. What they've got is barely, and they do. All the other teams know Lovington has got a lot of two-way players.
They do. As the colors being presented, that'll wrap up your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. We're back in 3 minutes for the kickoff. Wildcat football continues in a moment. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app. Also on HobbsAmerica.com and, of course, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle, Manny V, and Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. We're looking at 81 degrees as we get ready to kick off this one. Winds out of the east at 10 to 12 miles an hour with gusts up to 20. And going to be an absolutely gorgeous night on the final district tune-up for the Wildcats here at Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium from Carlsbad. So looking forward to the kickoff of this one. The Cats are 2-0 under first-year head coach Josh Bailey. Carlsbad 1-1 under head coach Cale Sanders. Lovington #1 in Class 5A in the Max Prex Preps matrix. Carlsbad right now at number 12 in the 6A ranks. Lovington will kick it off. They won the toss and deferred, and so we'll get to see quarterback Kason Perez leading out the Carlsbad Cavemen. His favorite running back is Eloy Lopez, his favorite receiving target. It's pretty much a 1A, 1B receiving. Ty Young and Robert Castaneda. Going to be important to slow those guys down. There has been 7 individual runners for Carlsbad through the first 2 games, and they've had 7 individual receivers as well. So they do have some weapons that Lovington is going to have to work on locking down on as the helicopter prepares to take off again from the north end zone. Let me see if I can get that for you. I don't want to mess with the camera too much. I am kind of flying solo tonight, so I would imagine they will wait for the helicopter to get safely out of stadium airspace. So the team's taking the field. Let me get that redone here.
It does create quite a bit of jet wash. It creates quite a bit of a breeze down here when it's hovering, when it gets to go. And it actually kind of feels good. But if you're close enough, and some of those refs were having trouble staying upright. They were close as it was landing.
The Erie back helicopter taking off and heading back to its home base, I'm guessing out at the Carlsbad Airport. So the Cats are ready to go as booting it away is, of course, Caleb Aranda. Lovington is kicking to the south end zone. A couple of Cavemen back deep to receive. I believe that's Young and Castaneda. So here we go as Aranda puts the big boot into it, and we are underway. High end over ender, and it'll be fielded back at the 5. They fake the starburst coming to the near side across the 15, 20, 25 with a seam to the 30, 35 to the 40, 45, 50. One man to beat to the 40, to the 30. It's a track meet, 20, 15, and finally tripped up and brought down, but a huge return for Evian Leos, and Carlsbad makes the big play, and they will have it 1st and 10 inside the Wildcat red zone at the 14, a 90-yard return.
That was Caleb Aranda, who reached out and got just enough to get him off balance and otherwise, he'd have been parked in the end zone already.
So Lovington winning the track meet, but Carlsbad with a short field to work with, 1st down and 10 to go. As their quarterback, Kason Perez, will come out. Perez, a 5'10", 175-pound senior from the 14-yard line deep in Wildcat territory. 1st down and 10. Single back in the backfield with Perez is Rodriguez. Perez from the shotgun, waits for it, has it. Looks left, throws left, has a wide open tight end who will just trot into the end zone 14 yards out as he will dump that one to Evan Leos, 14 yards. And just like that, Carlsbad is up by 6.
Wow, 18 seconds off the clock. And Lovington is in the hole, but that gives them something to really work against. I think they're going to respond.
Well, they pretty much have to. You don't want to get down like that. As Lennon Edianis on to attempt the extra point. Just like that, Carlsbad strikes first. As the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, 18 seconds into the ball game, the Lovington Wildcats trailing the Carlsbad Cavemen, and they are fired up down on the sideline under the press box. We're back in 30 seconds. Wildcat football continues in a moment. And welcome back to Caveman Stadium as Carlsbad strikes first. An 85-yard return on the kickoff, and then 14 yards to the same kid, Evan Leos. And just like that, Carlsbad is up by a score of 7-0. Only 18 seconds off the clock. Just
actually
underway. 18 seconds. It's 11:42 to go in the first.
Yeah, I know.
So teeing it up will be Aeneas. the sophomore kicker for the Cavemen. You've got Cardenas and Gutierrez back deep to receive for the Wildcats. Needing to respond here early. The first time they've played from behind all season long. As Aeneas will run up on it in the big boot. It's a squibber as Gutierrez is going to bobble it at the 5. Will pick it up in the air, brings it out to the 10, to the 15, going towards the far sideline. 20 gets a block, 25 to the 30, to the sideline, 40, to the 45, to the 50. It's a track meet to the 30, to the 25, and out of bounds at the 22-yard lines. And Jaden Gutierrez responds as the Cats get a big return, and they'll be deep within Caveman territory, 1st and 10.
Yeah, what you couldn't hear a while ago when it was cutting out is the announcer, the stadium announcer, saying that it was 38 seconds. 38 and not 18. We said 18 right away.
Yeah, we're just 30 seconds now off the clock. 11:30 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They're going to say Gutierrez touched out at the 31-yard line, but that is still a massive return. So that's going to be 45, 55, 65, 64-yard return. So now let's see if Lovington can immediately answer. Prudencio out, Cats in a 4-receiver set. Cardenas on the left shoulder. Prudencio calls for it. A hard count. Carlsbad shows blitz, and they jumped that time. Yes, they did. As Prudencio saw Carlsbad getting a little bit antsy, and they looked like they were going to blitz 9. It'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Cavemen, and so set it up 1st and 5 now for the Wildcats.
Nice. And it's exactly how you want to respond. Come back, nice return of your own. Good offensive rhythm
Take
here.
what they'll give you. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, or 1st and 5 from the 26. Wildcat football, same formation. Prudencio waits for it. Has it, 3-step drop, good protection. Now it breaks down, throws it to the far sideline, has a man across the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's good for 7 yards and move the chains. 1st down Wildcats.
Patrick Sanchez.
And Sanchez with his first catch of the night. It is good for 7. And the Cats move it inside the Carlsbad red zone. 2 blue and white teams tonight, although I guess technically Carlsbad is blue, white, and silver.
Their helmets are silver, predominantly with blue trim.
And they do have silver Carlsbads in the end zone. So 4-receiver set once again. Send a man in motion left to right. That is Reeves. Bad snap as Prudencio gets it. He's just going to have to take it to the left side, and he is going to be sacked. As coming up with the sack will be Joshua Camacho. So not what you wanted, the bad snap, and that takes him back. Let's see, that is 5, 6, 7 yards. So the 7-yard sack for Camacho.
I've got 39. I saw 39.
Oh, you saw? Okay.
And it's Simon Rubio. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The 9 and the 4 look a little similar from up here basically in Otero County.
You're way up there.
I am somewhere between the International Space Station and Alamogordo. So 2nd down and 17 for the Wildcats now. Stack them up left and right. Carlsbad shows blitz. Hand it off to Cardenas. That's Olguin. He's across the 20. Breaks through the first one. Gets out across the 20 to the 17-yard line. And gets back the 7 that they lost and maybe a couple more. 9-yard gain for Alec Olguin. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 9.
He had some big boys right in front of him pushing, and he was patient.
He actually ran into one of his own linemen, and that
did.
kind of slowed him down. But when you bring 9 like that, though, Dawn, what that does is it opens up lanes, and if you can get past the first level, you can get some good yardage out of it. So now 3rd down and 9. After the 9-yard gain, as it'll be Olguin on the left shoulder this time. Twins left, twins right. Prudencio back to pass. Has time. Now he rolls left side. Throws it into the flat. Has Olguin at the 15 to the 10. Gets a block. Cuts it back inside and puts 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats on the running back screen out of the backfield. It is 19 yards to the house, and the Cats have answered with Alec Olguin.
And I don't think that Carlsbad was expecting the throw and expecting it to the left. And usually Olguin, they're used to seeing him just carry, and he carried on the ground.
And that was a huge play at the line because they were bringing 9 again, and that gave Prudencio time to let Olguin leak out into the flat where they caught him, and then his athleticism took over. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. We got a track meet shaping up here in Carlsbad. 9:31 remaining here in this first quarter, all knotted at 7. Wildcat football continues in a moment. Back here in Carlsbad, and the Cats answer with a big return of their own by Jaden Gutierrez, and then Alec Olguin takes it 19 yards on a on a running back screen and into the house. The point after is good, and we are tied at 7 as Aranda will tee it up at the 40. He boots this one. It'll be a little bit shorter, and that one is going to bounce at the 10, and then it'll go out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, but that is a kickoff out of bounds. Carlsbad can either elect to take it from make a re-kick, or I think they can bring it out to the 30, and I think that's what they're going to do. Yep, Carlsbad will elect to take it at the 30-yard line. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber, Manny V in studio engineering and producing. 35-yard line, pardon me. So that's where Carlsbad will take back over. All tied at 7, 9:31 to go. If you'd have told me we had 14 points on the board before we've got 3 minutes off the clock, I'd have said, yeah, I don't think so. And I would have been wrong.
No, but that 7-7 looks a whole lot better, those two crooked numbers, rather than 7-0.
Yes, it does. And so it'll be Carlsbad back out on the offense as Perez brings him out. Brock Wright will be his running back this time. 4 receiver set, twins to the left and twins to the right. Again, Wright is the single back in the backfield. He is on the right shoulder. Carlsbad moving from the south to the north. Hand it off to Wright. Comes up the middle. It makes contact at the line and is drugged down, but he's still going to wind up getting 2 or 3 yards. Leading the charge there was Landon Trevino. And a couple of the big boys up front getting a hand in there too. It'll be a 3-yard gain for Wright, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Those 2nd and 7 is Carlsbad. Going to go in a bit of a hurry-up offense. We've seen this before. Twins left, twins right once again. Good snap. Rolling to the right is Perez. He'll throw it underneath, and that one knocked away at the last second.
Alec Olguin.
As the intended target was Ty Young, and it'll be incomplete.
Alec parked right in front of him and just batted that away. Nice job. And then he turned around and he was going for his ovation and had a nice round of applause. The Lovington faithful.
Got to stay close on that, though. Lovington sometimes lets a little bit too much separation come in between. You can get away with that with some lesser talented teams, but Carlsbad is not one of those teams. Their record the last couple of years not real good, but they've got talent. They'll bring trips to the left side this time. Ball at the center hash mark from the Carlsbad 39. Perez with it. He comes near side, pressured. Throws it underneath and has a man tipped and bobbled and almost picked off. Incomplete as the intended target, Eloy Lopez, and incomplete. And the Cats with another shot with Cardenas and Rhino Weiser to get a piece of it. So now it'll be 4th down and 7, and I've got to think punt time for the Cavemen.
Yeah, you got to think that. I tell you, that was
as Evan Leos looks like he is the punter. You got to be careful that they don't fake it. They're kind of in that neighborhood. Jaden Gutierrez back at his own 25 to receive. And whistles sound, and somebody went early as, I think we had a jump from Young on the sideline. Left too soon. Yep, and it will be false start on the Cavemen. Their second penalty for 10 yards. So move them back, and we'll try the punt again at 4th down and 11. And now 4th and 11, punt time once again. With Leos to punt, and Gutierrez back deep to receive for your Lovington Wildcats. High snap, it's handled. Lovington doesn't bring a lot of pressure, but that one is going to be popped up. Going to hit at the 45 and then take a sideways bounce, and actually at the very end take a Lovington bounce and go to the 44-yard line. It winds up being a 10-yard punt, and Lovington in fantastic field position.
As soon as that ball went up and it looked like such a short kick, all the coaches on the sideline over here started hollering, get away from it, get away.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it, then it becomes a live ball. So it'll be 1st and 10 from Caveman territory. Ball spotted officially at the 43-yard line, a 9-yard punt. As Lovington showed they were going to bring everybody and then kind of backed off, and I think maybe that rattled Leos just a little bit. Lovington will come out, twins to the left, single receiver to the right, 2 tight ends in the ball game. It is Gutierrez in the slot left side. Handed off to Rhino. Tries a little shake and bake in the backfield, but nothing doing as he is hit and he is brought down. As leading the charge there for the Cavemen, number 83, that's Logan Katzenberg. So no gain for Weiser, yeah. 2nd and 10.
You know, on that almost interception just a couple of plays ago, the interceptions, the INTs were what fueled the fire under Lovington in last game last week.
Well, and they had a bunch of them against Hobbs, too. So 2nd down and a long 10, just about a half-yard loss. Carlsbad going to back out, 3-man front. Tie at time. Prudencio over the middle, has a man caught across the 40 down to the 37-yard line, as that'll be complete to Elijah Rivero. It'll be good for 8 yards on the catch, and that'll be a manageable 3rd down and 3.
It really threaded the needle on that. I don't know how Elijah managed to catch that. He was getting creamed right as he got hit from the top and the bottom. Wow, nice throw. Great risk.
So now it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Just shy of the Caveman 35-yard line. Trips to the right side, single receiver to the left. Carlsbad comes in, shows blitz. High snap handed off. That is Cardenas, and right into the teeth of the Cavemen, and nowhere to go as he is brought down. And again, number 39, Rubio on the stop.
And that was actually O'Gean on the carry.
O'Gean, okay. Yeah, so no gain for O'Gean. And so now it's decision time for Coach Bailey. 4th down and 3. But you are at the 36-yard line in Caveman territory. And no hesitation. We're going to have to give Coach Bailey a middle initial that's G. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Empty set in the backfield as Carlsbad will show blitz. This might be a chance to see if you can get him on the hard count. Prudencio back, calls for it, gets it. High snap, handles it, has time, pocket holds. Now it breaks down, goes to the left, just tucks it, takes it himself, and he is spun around and is going to be very close to the 1st down. And I think we might have a horse collar there.
And, yeah, I think definitely, and a little late as well on it. So flags flew immediately as he was taken down.
So Prudencio was going to be close to the 1st down, but so let's see what the Whitecap, and we got personal foul, face mask on Carlsbad, an automatic 1st down. I think he was going to be close anyway, might have been about a half-yard shy, but instead the penalty at the end of it will move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
It's all right. We'll take it. Take the way we can get it. But, yeah, it was going to be very close.
So inside the Caveman red zone once again, 6:27 remaining here in this 1st quarter of play, all knotted up at 7. Lovington comes out with split backs in the backfield. Twins receivers stacked to the right side. Now they'll put Gutierrez in motion. He'll go to the slot on the right. High snap, Prudencio handles it. Good protection again, throws it, has a man, and that'll be complete just shy of the 10 at the 11-yard line. Was that Weiser? No, that's Rivero.
Yeah, Rivero again, Elijah.
So Rivera, his 2nd catch in the night. Both of them have been.
Patrick Sanchez?
Sanchez, okay, number 5. Yeah. The 5s, the 9s, the 4s, the 8s.
See, the 8, I was looking at him from the side and thinking, well, I think he's a little taller than Rivero, yep.
And so now it'll be, they're going to give him the 1st down. So 1st and goal for the Wildcats, or just outside from it shouldn't be 1st down. They have moved the chains, but that was not a 1st down. There was only 8 yards. There was only 8 yards there.
Yeah, and the definite confusion, especially Prudencio, knowing that something was wrong there, and he was looking around like, hey, what's going on, folks?
Well, it's still early in the season. Even the chain gang's getting things worked out. So there we go. Yep, 8 yards. Now they'll set it up at 2nd and 2. All right, that looks a little bit better out there. Sanchez, 2 catches, 15 yards on the night. From the 11, make it the 12-yard line officially. Wildcat football as Whistles sound as a timeout taken on the field. Or no, they didn't put a timeout up for either team, so I don't know what was going on there.
Just a quick huddle. I think the quick huddle, a time for them to get some hydration, I think.
Maybe. You need to stay hydrated tonight. That is for sure. It is always humid here in Carlsbad because of the river, but they did get some rain earlier this evening. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 as we got the chain gang lined out. They need to get it just inside the 10-yard line. Carlsbad shows blitz. Good snap. Prudencio with it. Good protection. Goes back corner of the end zone. Leaping up and in and out of the hands of his intended target, Sanchez, on that far side. And so it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats. That is the first incompletion that Prudencio has thrown. He is 4 for 5 for 42 yards, including that TD.
Yeah, good start tonight. Good start. They just need to pick up the couple of yards, give themselves some breathing room, but they were going for it all right there, trying for the points in the end zone.
And this is one time where if Dallas Cardenas is available, this is somewhere where you might want to blast him out there. They're going to put Olguin, though, on the left shoulder of Prudencio. Twins to the right side, single receiver left, 2 tight ends on the right side, near side, or pardon me, just 1. That's Reeves. Prudencio changing the play at the line. High snap, hand it to Alex. Starts it sweeping left, nowhere to go, and he is hit and driven backwards as Colton McKibben, the strong safety, came up and blasted Alec, and he's going to lose 4 yards on the play, and now it'll be 4th down and 6.
Yikes.
So maybe that's what you kind of, if you're going to do that, you've got to hold your block on the line, which can sometimes lead to a hold, or if you're the running back, you've got to just keep taking advantage of your speed and sweeping it as far out as you can and looking for a seam.
Yeah.
So Lovington will go for it again, this time 4th down and 6. Bunching everybody in tight. They're going to split Olguin out wide by himself to the right. Prudencio now puts Reeves in motion. He'll settle back in. Prudencio rolls near side, tosses underneath, has a man at the 10. That is Reeves, dives inside the 5-yard line, and they'll mark him down at the 3. And so it'll be a 12-yard pitch and catch and move the chains. 1st and goal, Wildcats.
Knocking on the door. Trying to add to that 7. Go up in this one. Like to do that right here.
So 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. The Wildcats knocking on the door once again. 4:50 remaining here in the 1st quarter. All knotted up at 7, but Lovington threatening to go up. Tight set. Now they're going to go in the I formation. Prudencio under center. Hand it off. Olguin blasted in the backfield.
Oh,
ouch.
yeah.
As Bubba Anderson made sure that Olguin's ancestors felt that one.
Man, he is gonna hurt in the morning.
I hurt just looking at it.
Yeah. Ouch.
Ouch,
Got up
indeed.
and he's a gamer. He's tough.
Like I said, I felt that one up here.
Yeah.
Wowzer.
That's
one of those plays, if you're a defensive back and Bubba Anderson is a strong safety, and that's one of them you look forward to. Alec got the ball, was standing up straight, and you can just put your face mask right in the number, in Alec's case the 4. He put it right in the hole on the top of the 4 and then just drove through and drove to the ground. I mean, it was textbook, but yowza.
Yeah.
And timeout going to be taken by Coach Bailey. He wants to talk about things with the 2nd and goal from the 5. We'll take a moment to thank all the good folks who make Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Bob Thriftway, Badger Infrastructure, Eastern New Mexico University, Battle Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Miko Services, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, the Lovington Schools, Devon Energy, Stone Oilfield Services, First American Bank of Lovington, the Miko Companies, Lovington Auto Supply, Napa, Master Plumbers, and the Lee County Electric Cooperative. You see them all there at the bottom of your screen. Be sure you thank those businesses and do business with them. Because of them that we get to do these games for you and bring them to you free of charge. We don't ask for donations. We don't charge you. And we don't have to. We don't even have to think about it because of those great sponsors. Be sure you're supporting them. Also, be sure you subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Tell your family and friends, too. Of course, once we get to subscriber number 2,000, I'll take another $100 out of my pocket and give it to somebody that's one of our subscribers. It is not from the sponsors. It's not from the station. It's from me personally, just to say thank you to subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle from somewhere up in the stratosphere. I don't see my oxygen bottle. I don't guess it made the way up here. Don Morgan patrols field side here at Ralph Boyer Stadium.
Yeah,
As we're getting a bunch of interference, I guess. We'll have to figure that out maybe between Dawn. So it'll be second and goal from the 5-yard line. Wildcat football. Good snap. Prudencio with it. Hit as he throws. Has a man wide open. It's Rhino in the corner of the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Weiser makes the grab. Credit big Samuel Dean, though. He got the block that gave Prudencio just enough time to find Weiser in the back of the end zone, and the Cats go up 13-7.
Yeah, you can hear, of course, the band and the fans, the guys, the players along here on the sidelines very happy to go up with that and looking for the point after right now.
So now Aranda to attempt the point after out of the hold of Olguin. Good snap. Hold is good. The kick is rushed,
wow.
but it is good.
Almost blocked, I think, by their number 9.
And with 3:47 to go, McKibben got close to it. 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. Lovington 14, Carlsbad 7. We're back in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR. As Aranda comes up, he will kick the ball. It is a high end over-ender, but a short one, fielded at the 12. They will fake the starburst again as coming around Lovington, not falling for it, staying in their lanes that time as Leos is upended at the 25-yard line, and that's where Carlsbad will have it. Lovington up 14-7 on a masterful drive after a shanked punt, and it caps off with Ryan Weiser's first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, awesome for that, and
again,
able to take some drive too. They were able to.
And we're getting all kinds of interference, Don. Between quarters, we'll have to see if we can find another open channel. So it'll be 1st and 10 from they give him a little forward progress to the 27. We'll just do as good as we can as we await a new football coming out. 3 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the first. Carlsbad now playing from behind and going to try and answer on the Wildcats. As back out from the shotgun is Perez. Perez waits for it, gets it, hands it off, and he'll have a man, and that will go across the 35 and just dragging guys with him. That's going to be close to first down yardage. And that'll be, was that Rodriguez on that run?
I was walking behind the line over here trying to thread my way through, so I wasn't able to see.
Yeah, I think that was Rodriguez, and he's going to get 10 yards, and that'll be the first down for Carlsbad. 1st and 10 for the Cavemen. They will hand it off again, and going over the left side, Lovington staying with him.
Ooh,
Rodriguez again.
Sniff that out.
Yep, he's going to get a yard that time. His second carry for 11 yards. Lovington doing a much better job that time, staying home. 2nd and 9 from the Caveman 39-yard line. Carlsbad will go in the hurry-up offense. Hey, somebody turned on a light up here. So it'll be 2nd down and 9, 2:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Carlsbad, for a hurry-up team, they sure take a while. They've got an extra tight end in the ball game. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. Perez off the back foot, puts up a wounded duck, and that one is going to be into the bench and out of play. Very close. There was nobody even really in the zip code. They could flag him for intentional grounding there. They will not. It'll be incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Cavemen.
He had quite a bit of protection and a long time before he finally had to dump it.
And
it was good coverage by
Lovington. It feels
Lovington.
strange saying Perez as a quarterback for anybody other than the Wildcats. Where's Prudencio is our quarterback now. Perez, the caveman's Perez. From the shotgun, single back in the backfield. He splits trips to the left side, single receiver to the right. Changes the play at the line, waits on it, and whistles sound as a flag flies. And are we going to have false start and delay of game on Carlsbad? It took them too long to figure out what they were going to do. So move them back, and so it goes from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 14. So the Wildcats now need to hold 3rd and 14. It'll be a 4-receiver set again. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. The single receiver out right is Castaneda. New running back in the ball game with Perez. Moves to the left shoulder. Perez with it. Little pressure. Gets a good block. Comes near side. Just going to have to tuck it, and he'll scamper out of bounds back around the original line of scrimmage. Good chase being put on by Gabriel Maldonado, the big boy from the line, coming down at Ryan Weiser in the neighborhood too. So it'll be a pickup of 5 on what winds up as a quarterback keeper for Perez, and it's 4th and 10, and you got to think punt time once again for the Cavemen. 2.5, 2:35 remaining here in the first quarter.
Gotta watch for the fake.
Yes, you do. Kind of in that questionable could happen area.
Nope, kick
But
it away.
they will boot it away as Gutierrez will field it back at the 25. Gets away from the first, but then spin move, and he gets gang tackled down at the 25-yard line and moved backwards. Good special teams coverage down the field as leading the charge was Isaiah Gaitan. So Gaitan will put him down, but much better punt that time, but it'll be Lovington football with okay field position. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, decent.
Gives you room to work with, and Lovington, as we saw against Portales and against Hobbs too, when they want to, they can take some of these long, meandering, just clock-killing drives, and still, if you do that, you want to come away with points, and the Cats have so far been able to do that. Trips left, single receiver to the right side. Single back in the backfield with Prudencio. Carlsbad shows corner blitz. Fake the handoff. Prudencio with it. Wants it all. Comes down the sideline to Reeves. Leaping catch. Has it at the 40. And a huge catch and move the chains. First down, Cats. There is 25, 35, 36 yards to Kyler Reeves. Kyler, that's his second big catch of the night.
Close coverage on him as well. I'm trying to catch the.
If he'll turn around, I will tell you who it is. That'll be
30.
Number 38, Sebastian Ortega.
36 or 30.
Yeah, it's 38, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
So twins to the left, twins to the right. Cats from the Caveman 39-yard line. Send a man in motion. That is Gutierrez. They will pitch it to him on the end around. He's hitting the backfield. I think Carlsbad saw that on film. And so Gutierrez is going to lose 4 on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Wildcats. Minute 50 to go.
Reeves is coming out and Weiser in.
Of course, Weiser getting the touchdown, the 6-yard toss to cap off the last drive. And he'll split by himself to the right side. Cats moving left to right on your radio. Trips receivers up top. That is to my left. Hand it off. Olguin on a little corner trap. Gets across the 30. Still on his feet down to the 25-yard line. So that's going to be 15, 19 yards for Olguin as he got a hole up front. And Alex Rivera and Jaden Garcia blasted that hole open and moved the chains. First down, Cats.
He cut right, found that little seam, and then he cut left really fast, and then he ran into it. It was like watching a pinball.
Yeah, a little counter cut that he saw a seam, and he's got the speed and the quickness and the young knees to be able to do that. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to have to go to the hospital after that. I think he blew out one of my ACLs with that. So it'll be a 4-receiver set once again for the Cats, knocking on the door of the Carlsbad red zone. Good snap, fake the handoff. Prudencio with time. Now he'll step up, dump it underneath, and in and out of the hands of his intended target, who got blasted right as he caught the ball. Was that Ortega or Rubio?
Well,
I know it was intended for Weiser.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you in just a second. It was.
Well, no matter who it was, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats from the Caveman 26-yard line.
15 ought to go on. It was 15.
Okay, so 15. So 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. Twins left, Twins to the right. High snap, fake the handoff. Prudencio gets away from one, somehow turns nothing into at least a little something. Very lucky on that Carlsbad defender who came through and caught him. He caught him up high. They could have got him a face mask. That was Nathaniel Olivas, or even a horse collar. It'll wind up a 3-yard gain for Prudencio.
He caught him up around the pads, up around the shoulders, and that's why he missed him, because he grabbed jersey, came away with a fistful of jersey, and Prudencio scampered away for a few more yards.
So it'll be an important 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats. From the 23-yard line, inside Carlsbad territory, empty set. With it, Prudencio throws it across the middle. It bounces off the official and into the hands of a Wildcat receiver and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats. Patrick Sanchez off the referee.
Wow. Can we give the ref an assist on that?
I don't think so, but we'll take it. So Sanchez is going to be good for, let's see, from the 23 to the 7, that's about 17 yards. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
And a timeout
going to be taken. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Lovington leading this one 14-7 over Carlsbad. We are back in 1 minute here on Z94, KZOR, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrolling field side. 14-7, the Cats in the lead. Manny V, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. A 17-yard pitch and catch to Patrick Sanchez. Well, I say pitch and catch. It was a deflection off of the back judge. Hey, you'll take it. It moves the chains, and it'll be 1st and goal as we get this one underway for the Wildcats. 113 through the air for Prudencio. So 1st and goal from the 7. It'll be Wildcat football. We're trying to find Dawn an open channel on her microphone. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right. Fake the handoff, Prudencio in trouble. Throws it and in and out of the hands is his intended target on the far side, trying to run before he had it. But a good rollout for the Wildcats. As I am still trying to find an open channel, I wonder if Carlsbad maybe has a blocker up. Sometimes that will happen. So I will do another quick scan. It'll be 2nd down and goal for the Wildcats from the Caveman 7. Trying to add to a 14-7 lead just underway here in the 2nd quarter. Send a man in motion. That's Gutierrez left to right. They'll hand it off and looking for a little running room as Alec Olguin will take it inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a 3-yard carry for Alec, and now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 4. So 3rd and goal from the 4. Wildcats in the lead. As again, we're still scanning, trying to get Dawn back in. Technology, it's a little strange. It worked fine pregame. We have this happen to us sometimes in Santa Teresa, too. So a big 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line officially. Twins left, Twins right. Prudencio is the quarterback. With it, he'll hand it off and nowhere to go on that one. as Cardenas, his first carry of the night, is going to lose 2 yards. And so that'll bring up 4th and goal from the 6-yard line. And, Don, there is absolutely no open channel. So that tells me that we have probably got that. So we'll just keep it on 1-2 and do the best that we can.
And the T-shirts also brought to you by Carlsbad National Bank.
So it'll be field goal time for the Wildcats, as Aranda on to attempt the point after. And the snap is good, and we'll have a whistle sound. And do we have a flag or a timeout? Let's see. We have a false start, and we will have offsides on Carlsbad, so that'll move them a little bit closer, half the distance to the goal. Still 4th down. And, Don, maybe switch it over to channel 1-1. You should be on 1-2 now. See if you can get it to channel 1-1. Maybe we can break in right there. So Aranda on to attempt the field goal out of the hold of Alec Olguin. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and that one is good. And with 10:09 to go here in this first half, Lovington 17, Carlsbad 7. We are back in 1 minute here on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. The Cats drive capped off with a 20-yard field goal from Caleb Aranda. And with 10:09 to go in the first half, Lovington up now 17-7, the 10-point lead. Don Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle. And Aranda will boot that one away high, end over ender. That'll go into the end zone and out of bounds. And so that will bring it out. And Carlsbad will have it 1st and 10, now trailing by 7. And, Don, I'm just going to switch back to 1-2 to see if we can get back on there at some point. So I'll try and get back over there. And I'm not exactly, oh, there we go. So I've put the microphone back on 1-2. Don, are you back? Sounds like we're back. Hi, Don. Sorry about that.
Yes. Finally back. Yeah, finally back.
We're just going to have to deal with there's a blocker somewhere. As Perez pump fake, he's in trouble. Is sacked as he's going to go down at the 21-yard line. Not a sack, but a great trailing play for the Lovington Wildcats, as coming from the backside and putting him down was Landon Trevino, the senior, having a big night tonight. It's officially going to be a 1-yard gain, so no sack on Perez, but that's good defense for the Wildcats. Perez from the shotgun, trips, or rather twins left, twins right. 4 receivers set from right in the middle of the field. Good snap, handed off, and some big room up the near side as chugging along his right. He crosses the 40 to the 45, out to the 47-yard line. It'll be a 26-yard gain for Wright. That is his biggest carry of the season.
And Lovington, of course.
And that'll be the second first down for the Cavemen.
Lovington.
And, Dawn, what you want to bet as soon as this game's over, all the interference clears up?
Probably. Yeah, Lovington defense really.
Send a man in motion. They will hand it off. It'll be right again as the turf monster gets him just as he breaks into Lovington territory at the 49-yard line. Slipped down and tripped down and then tagged down by Jaden Garcia, but he still falls forward and he'll get 2 out of it. 3 carries for 31 yards for Brock Wright, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Sorry, I'll try and get the camera keeping up with it. I am flying solo on that tonight. So Carlsbad on the move, but trailing by 10. Lovington's defense trying to hold. The Cats put 3 men across the front. Fake the handoff, come near side. It'll be complete as Weiser will push out the receiver, as catching that one was number 2. That's Hernandez, his first catch of the season. And it is good for 3 yards, and that is the first completion since the very first one of the game for Perez. And now 3rd down and 5. Big 3rd down for the Wildcats. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Cavemen trying to keep a drive alive. Pump fake, throw it across the middle to the 40. Have a man wide open. Found a soft spot in the Lovington zone and gunned it in and got it to Castaneda. He got just enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, that was Gutierrez nailing him just right after he caught it.
3rd 1st down for the Cavemen. They'll spot the nose of the football right at the 40-yard line.
They've got a lot of energy. They're on the move, and they're playing fast.
And they are picking the pace up.
Yeah, they're gunning for the end zone.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Lovington looks like they're going to go man on the defense. Pump fake, throw it underneath, and read beautifully by Olguin as he is going to drive Castaneda backwards, and the ball comes out, and the Cats have it. It's a completion to Castaneda. He loses 3 yards on the completion and then coughs it up before he goes down, and Lovington will have it on the first turnover of the ball game. The Cat defense comes up big as Alec Olguin rattled that one loose and stripped it away and flipped the field for the Cats.
Yeah. He's getting a lot of help on the sideline. A lot of helmet pats right here. Good.
So the Cat defense, it looked like Carlsbad's O was trying to take a little bit of momentum.
And Carlsbad's faithful is jawing over there. They don't like that at all.
Yeah, they wanted a stoppage in play before it happened. Ref's not giving it to them. Cavemen shift over. Looks like they're going to come over the left side of the line. Quads to the right side. Prudencio with time. Throws it down. Has all day and overthrows Weiser, his intended target. Or pardon me, that was Rivero. But we've got a flag on the play. Probably a hold. As Rivero looked like he was wanting to turn it up the seam. And Prudencio threw it to the sideline. He was wide open. He got behind all the defenders. Pardon me. But I bet we've got a hold on the line.
This really is the key. You can tell how frustrated Carlsbad has been as soon as their offense gets it. They've been in such a hurry to try to get down the field and score. And I think just Lovington, they need to just try to hold on to the football as long as they can, deny Carlsbad the chance to have offense, and just frustrate them.
And it will be a holding at the line, so it'll be 1st down and 20 for the Wildcats, as that'll move them all the way back to the 39-yard line in Carlsbad territory. 8 minutes to go in the first half of play. Trips receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. You just want to chip away at it here. Burn some time. Prudencio waits for it. Fakes the handoff to Olguin. Now he'll toss it to Gutierrez, looking for some room. Crosses the 40 to the 45, gets to the sideline to the 50, to the 45, and finally bumped out of bounds about 3 yards shy of the 1st down. It is 17 yards, so to Jaden Gutierrez. 1st and 20 to 2nd and 3. You'll take that every single time.
That was a Bongwini Rinson, number 28, who pushed him out.
And one thing about Gutierrez, if he can find, he's a lot like Olguin. If he can find a sliver, he can take it and take it through it. So 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Because he did go out of bounds, it stops the clock. 7:55 to go. 2nd and 3, very manageable. Lovington bunches everybody in tight. Basically, you got 4 tight ends in the ball game. I know 4 of them are receivers, and a whistle will sound as flag from the back judge, and we're going to have...
What, somebody move? Delay of game maybe delay of game.
Now, he didn't. I think he signaled false start. So second penalty for Lovington
Somebody
on this
moved.
drive. Yep, somebody moved. But still, from 1st and 20 to 2nd and
nice.
about 8, you'll take it. So 2nd and 8, ball still inside Carlsbad territory at the 49-yard line. Everybody just needs to take a deep breath, and if I was Lovington, I'd keep taking every second I could off both the clock and the play clock.
You bet.
Give the big boys a chance to breathe. Twins left, Twins right. Prudencio sends a man in motion. That is Olguin. Prudencio with it, tosses it, has a man across the middle. That is going to be Rivero. He comes back across the 40 to the 35 to the 30, heads to the sideline, and will step out at the 26-yard line. It's good for 23 yards to Rivero and move the chains. First down, Cats. Rivero now 2 catches for 31 yards, 153 through the air for Prudencio, and that'll be the 8th first down of the half for the Wildcats. So they'll have it 1st and 10 from the Carlsbad 22-yard line. Because he went out, it will stop the clock with 7:45 remaining. Again, 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right. Good snap, Prudencio with it, has time, good protection. Now it breaks down, steps up, just
Rivero
dumps it
again.
off to Rivero underneath. He's going to come near side, and he'll be stopped at the 20 and suplexed down as the suplex applied by Zayland Passant. I think the kid's trying out for the WWE. It winds up being a 2-yard gain, but you'll take it.
Rivero actually he sidestepped and ended up coming backwards for a couple of yards on that. What he had to do against the defensive pressure.
Hey, but great protection up front. The big guys up front giving Rivero plenty of time, and Rivero heads up. He was the safety valve, leaked across the middle. Split backs in the backfield on 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 20-yard line. Hand it off. Cardenas hitting the backfield, takes it right, bounces back left, and is just going to be forced to fall forward for about 1 yard, maybe 2. Cardenas is going to get 2, and he's only carried it twice tonight for no yards officially. So now it'll be 3rd down for the Cats. 3rd down, and they need about 6. As we click down towards the halfway mark of this 2nd quarter, Wildcats lead by 10, but you don't feel real comfortable with that. You'd like to stretch it out as much as you can, especially taking on a 6A team. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Good snap, Prudencio with it. 3-step drop, has time, goes to the end zone. Caught and put up, and yes, sir, 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Olguin from 20 yards out has his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. And the Cats strike again with 6:13 remaining here in this first half. 23-7 is the score. The Cats O keeps rolling.
Point after attempt.
Yes, it is, as Aranda on to attempt the point after. Out of the hold of Olguin. Snap is good. Alec gets it down, and Caleb will boot it through. And with 6:13 remaining in this first half of play, it's Lovington 24, Carlsbad 7. We're back in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues on Z94, KZOR Hobbs Lovington. And welcome back to Wildcat football from here in Carlsbad tonight. The Cats 24-7 over the Cavemen as Aranda will boot that one high into the night sky. from back at the goal line, and they're going to say that the goal line was touched by Young, so it'll be a touchback, and we'll come back to the 20. The last drive, Matthew Prudencio throws an absolute gorgeous pass to Alec Olguin, who Alec is not the tallest kid in the world, Dawn, but he went up over a Carlsbad defender and came down with it and managed to tap both feet in bounds.
I don't know where he's packing the ladder because I don't see it in, his uniform.
Check his shoes for springs.
But he climbed it to be able to get that. And that was a really nice pass. Prudencio continues to impress with his poise under pressure. Lots of protection on the line. Man, can't say enough about that,
and
line.
The Cats take advantage of the first turnover of the night and turn it into 7 points. So now Carlsbad back on their heels a little bit. They're going to look to keep warp speed going. They'll have it first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. As Perez from the shotgun, he's got a running back on his left shoulder. Waits for it, good snap. He will hand it to that back. That is right, and he is hit at the line. Lovington didn't fall for the play fake, and they sealed the deal quickly on right. Got a couple of guys in underneath there.
Landon Trevino and Elijah Rivera.
Damon Leyva also in on the stop. So it was no gain to right, and it'll be second down and 10. 4 receivers set this time. Twins left, twins right. Back to pass is Perez. Looking left, coming back near side. Has a man wide open at the 50 to the 40, and he is gone. The track meet and the race is on, and that one's good for 80 yards. An 80-yard dart to Robert Castaneda as Castaneda answers the Wildcat touchdown.
Credit where credit's due. He let fly a beautiful pass. It was right on target, so what can you do?
Not much, especially when your defender falls down. So just like that, the quick strike offense of the Carlsbad Cavemen comes through. We talked about it. That was going to be the quick strike. So now it'll be Aeneas on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Anderson. Snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is almost blocked, but it'll find its way through. And just like that, Carlsbad gets it back to within 10, 5:32 remaining here in the first half. Lovington 24, Carlsbad 14. Back in 30 seconds here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Back here in Carlsbad at Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium, it's an 80-yard strike from Cason Perez to Robert Castaneda. And just like that, Carlsbad gets their touchdown back. Lovington still up by 10, though. 24-14 is the score.
Carlsbad decided not to, and just.
And I don't know what you were finishing up there, Don, but again, we're having all kinds of interference. Some schools illegally run interference on radio frequencies to try and disrupt the opposing coaches, but it also disrupts us. So don't know that Carlsbad's doing that. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. As the kickoff from Aeneas is a high end-over-ender, and Lovington just going to watch that one bounce into the end zone. And I think a smart play. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Of course, don't forget, coming up at halftime, if we can get enough signal from the field down there, we will have our Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. Thanks to Coach Bailey for always agreeing to talk. We will have your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show, where we'll take a look at all the stats in the first half of play and talk about your keys to the second half. So now the Wildcats have it first and 10 from the 20-yard line, their own 20-yard line. 10 minutes, or rather 5.5 minutes until we get into, I don't know where 10 minutes came from. Carlsbad puts 3 across. Send a man in motion. That is Olguin, and Prudencio just going to keep it himself. He spins at the 24-yard line, and then Carlsbad kind of piles on. You're not supposed to do that, and you're not supposed to leap and jump like that. No call, but on the quarterback keeper, it's 4 yards for Prudencio. Just stay in front of the chains. I like that move. And they're going to give him 5 officially. And one of these days, I'm going to learn how to do my book and pencil. So 2nd down and 5. 5 minutes to go now.
Carlsbad's really fired up, though. Lovington's got that energy to try to defeat here.
They'll throw it across the middle. It is complete to Ribeiro out to the 27, and then he is hit and spun down. It'll be a 2-yard gain for Ribeiro. That'll be Elijah's 3rd, make that 4th catch of the night, but now it'll be 3rd down and 3.
They never actually got him down. They just crowded him, spun him back.
Yeah, when they started moving him back, they're supposed to do that. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3. So 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line. And again, Lovington won the toss and deferred. They will have it to start the second half. They've got 2 of their 3 timeouts. They'd like to score on this one. Carlsbad going to show blitz. Prudencio comes near side. Pocket breaks down, steps away from pressure and is tripped up. Somehow stays on his feet, turns the corner and is brought down back at the 25-yard line. Good coverage down the field. Nothing he can do. It'll be a coverage sack on Prudencio. 2nd time he's gone down tonight, and it'll be 4th down and 5, and I've got to think it is going to be punt time now for the Wildcats.
I think it was 59 Pasante who got him.
Well, Pasante having a whale of a first half. So it'll be 4th down and 5 for the Wildcats, kind of sputtering out a little bit. They do stay in bounds. So Sanchez on to boot it away. Sanchez in addition to being a very good receiver, also a very good punter. And they'll send Rivero in motion, as they often do. And that one will be booted. It is a high kick and then a line drive that is going to be batted down at the Carlsbad 36-yard line. Good gunner down the field, Javian Pondo, to knock that one down. So Carlsbad will take over with a chance to chop this down to just a 3-point lead with 3:15 remaining in the half.
That was a hello, Brock.
Yeah, we're nothing we can. There's no point in getting frustrated about it. I can complain to the FCC, but they haven't listened about anything I've complained about in years. So 1st and 10 for the Cavemen from the 37-yard line after a great punt by Patrick Sanchez. As Kason Perez will bring his squad back out riding high after an 80-yard touchdown strike on their last drive.
Time for the defense to make something happen here. It'd be great to have him force a turnover.
Lovington going to show blitz. They'll put a man in motion. They'll hand it off to that motion man who puts it on the turf, gets it on the bounce, and then back at the 30 goes down as they handed it off on the end around there to Ty Young. But he is going to lose 7 yards on the end around, and it'll be 2nd down and 17.
Just out of saying, look, great for the defense to shake something right there. Heart stopper.
Didn't quite shake it loose, but turned it into a big loss. So 2nd and 17. Carlsbad going to come out in a 4-receiver set. Twins left, Twins right. 2:44 remaining in the half. Perez with Wright in the backfield with him, waits on it. Good snap, has it. Pressured, throws it underneath, and he will have a man at the 32-yard line. That is to Wright. Brock is going to wind up getting 3 yards on the completion, and that was just a safety valve check down as Lovington looked like they knew exactly what was coming. 3rd down and 14 now for the Cavemen.
My bet is they had seen some game film, have seen that play before.
I would say you are probably correct. So now facing a 3rd down and 13, 2 minutes to go. Perez waits for it, has it. Going to take it himself. Comes right into the teeth of the Lovington defense. Lovington stays home and brings him down at the 35. 2-yard gain and a huge hit put on Damian Munoz with the big hit right there. Brings Perez down after he will gain, let's call it 1 yard. And it'll be 4th down and 13. And timeout taken by the Wildcats. They want to see if they can maybe scrap together a score here, and then they get the ball to start the second half. I like this call, Dawn.
Do too. I like this, and there was a lot of hydrating going on in that huddle as well as some good talking, especially to the guys on the line. Interesting.
The line guys have so far done a great job tonight. They have done everything they can. But, yeah, I think you got to stay hydrated because you will get very, very thirsty when it's so hot, so humid.
And so many of these players are staying on the field, seeing so many minutes in a row. It's amazing the toughness, the endurance that Lovington has on offense and defense. I mean, it really is amazing. And the fact, looking up the scoreboard, and they're up by 10 still just before half, 24-14. It's a testament.
And if you're Coach Sanders here, do you throw the caution to the wind maybe and try the fake here?
I think you try. And Carlsbad has nothing to lose here. I mean, literally, except maybe the ball and another score. But I think that they go for it. They're really super frustrated to have not had much offensive possession time compared to Lovington's time with the ball tonight. I guess some more talking.
What's that? Sorry, I was.
The ref is, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Refs are talking to the players. They've got the ref over here talking to a few on the sideline. You got the ref in the center talking to both lines, looking up. I don't know what's going on.
Huh.
The white cap is actually back.
Yeah, he's back over on this side. He's just kind of wandering around.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe they're having some trouble with their
I think it's a problem with the game clock.
Oh, okay, game clock. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they didn't stop it, and they didn't get it stopped in time. Matter of fact, I was asked, hey, are you the clock operator? I'm like, no.
Okay.
So they put 1:55 on the clock. I think that's probably about right. So Leos to punt it away. It's a high snap, and he will get that one off. A much better one. It's a wobbler, and on the bounce, Gutierrez just going to watch it go by him. It'll go inside the 20 and then down to the 16 on that bounce, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats with a long way to go. 1:43 on the clock and one timeout and a 10-point lead, but they would love to get it out to a 3-score lead if they could before halftime. Of course, coming up at half, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. And before that, our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation. Coach Josh Bailey going in to tell us what he saw in that first half. Great defense for the most part for the Wildcats, and the offense has done their job. So now can they dig deep enough to get another score here late before they go get to take the 18-minute breather? Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Send a man in motion. That is Gutierrez from the 18. Prudencio rolling right, looking, has time. Flag on the play. Matthew steps up, guns it, and incomplete. And I think we're going to have a hold anyway as that one thrown by the side judge. I think there was a reason Prudencio had so much time, and there was, because it'll be holding on Lovington. So moving back 10 yards, it'll go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20. Of course, it turned out okay last time this happened, Dawn.
Yeah, but I think Carlsbad's intent on just trying to Lovington back and trying to keep him from scoring before half. And we'll see what Lovington can pull out.
Well, we'll see what the Wildcats can come up with, as that'll move them inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8. So call it the 9 officially. No, 1st down and 20 from their own 9-yard line. Wildcat football. Twins to the left, twins to the right. On 1st and 20. Prudencio with time. 3-step drop, now flush. Comes near side, throws it, and across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Did he get it? Nope, they're going to say it skipped in to the intended target, Sanchez, and so it'll be 2nd down and 10. 177, though, through the air, and that is just the 4th incompletion of the night for Prudencio. He's 13 of 17, 177 with 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns to his name. As the interference continues to build here, I guess. And so it'll be 1:30 to go, 2nd down and 20 for the Wildcats. Need to get it all the way out to the 28-yard line. And they're back at the 9. And a bad snap, but whistles sound, and I think we're going to have offsides as the whistles and the flags flew quickly. Are they going to say false start on Lovington trying to pick up the blitz? Yes, they are. False start on the Wildcats, and that'll be half the distance to the goal.
Yeah.
So half the distance to the goal.
Moves them dangerously close to their own end zone there.
Yes, it does. So it'll be 2nd down and 22 from the 4-yard line. Lovington moving the wrong way after a holding penalty and then a false start. But Carlsbad showed they were bringing the blitz, and we're going to bring everybody, and including maybe the mascot. I don't know. They show that again. 2nd and 22, high snap. Hand it off, and nothing doing, and Prudencio's going to just have to eat it in the end zone. And a safety, that's not what you want at all. So the safety, the sack and the safety, that'll be the 3rd sack of the night, and Carlsbad blew everybody in there and just blew the doors off the line. Santiago Rodriguez and Dallas Cabuzuela leading the charge, and that'll be a 2-point to the bad for Lovington, and now it is 24-16, and Carlsbad's going to get the ball back with 90 seconds to go and 3 timeouts and a chance to take the lead in the ball game.
And they're going to try to do everything that.
Yeah, you've got to think they are going to try everything they can to do that. So it'll be a Lovington free kick. So now the Wildcats in all kinds of trouble. And in that situation, I think they got a little cute, Dawn, as they faked the handoff and Prudencio looked to pass, but they were bringing 9 guys on that blitz. There's no way that you've got 4 or 5 guys up front that can stop 9 guys blitzing, and they didn't. In that case, you just hand it to Olguin or you hand it to Cardenas, and you try and scrum out a little bit of room here. But mistakes happen, and I've always said there's a reason I am up here and not down there. And so it'll be Aranda on to boot the free kick from the 20. He'll put the big leg into it, and it'll go out to the 25 as they will run the starburst and come into the near side. And knocked down is going to be Leos, as Leos got knocked into, as actually one of the Lovington players, that was Allen, got knocked into and then into Leos and knocked him down for the tackle. Sometimes it's better to be lucky and good. We've got a flag on the play, not sure what it is. And it'll be holding on the return on Carlsbad. And so that'll move them back 10 yards from there. So Carlsbad having a little bit of trouble here, Dawn.
And Lovington would like to hand them a lot more trouble. I think it's important for, if Lovington isn't going to be able to score right before half, they've got to keep Carlsbad from doing that. Right now, Lovington's up by 8, but the momentum has shifted, and it feels like they're behind. So it's quiet over here and intense, and I think they're really going to have to regroup.
Lovington going to go with a zone look. They're going to concede a couple of yards on this one as they'll throw it to the near side, and just stepping out after a pickup of 5 is going to be Castaneda. Castaneda now with 88 yards on 4 catches, and he steps out of bounds too. I would not let them have the sidelines. If they want to get 4 or 5 yards in the middle, let them. But if not, make them burn their timeouts. 2nd down and 5. Hurry up offense in for Carlsbad. Good snap, Perez. Starts left, comes back right, tosses it over to right, and he'll dive out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. He'll pick up another 5. That is Wright's 2nd catch of the night. And it'll be the 4th Cavemen first down of the ballgame. 113 on 11 attempts for Perez so far in the first half. And Lovington is still just giving them the sidelines. Perez with it, throws it quick underneath, and that one is incomplete. But Lovington had that one read. Alec Olguin absolutely blasted Ty Young, and good timing. Got there right as the ball did. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
I told you that things were really quiet over here. Yeah, Coach Bailey just went down the sideline here, pumping everybody up. So come on, guys, let's hear you, let's hear you.
And there is a good crowd on hand tonight making the trip from Lee County. Great to see them. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Perez, pump fake, comes back across the middle. Has a man open. That is Castaneda, but he stays in the field to play. It'll be good for 3 to Castaneda, who has by far been the favorite target tonight. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Cavemen. Under a minute to play. Perez calling out what he wants. Has it. Pressure a little, comes backside, throws it in the middle, has Castaneda wide open as he will cross the 50 to the 45, and Lovington takes it away from him. Another fumble, and the Cats will have it. The Cats will have it as coming up and taking it away from him. Ryan Weiser, who had a touchdown, now forces a fumble. And so that'll be 13, 18, 23 yards, but another fumble, and so give it to the Wildcats.
Wow, what time. Great time. We just talked about Lovington needed a spark to get the momentum back right before half. They're going to come out with the ball.
And we've got we've got a flag on the play.
No.
And so that's going to wipe out the turnover, I think.
Oh, the Lovington faithful just as disappointed as we are about that.
They are going to call a roughing the passer penalty on the Wildcats. So that will wipe out the turnover.
Automatic first down.
And it is an automatic first down. It wipes out the completion, but it also wipes out the turnover on a roughing the passer call. Ouch. I did not see that one. I'll have to go back and look at the film, as they say. Twins left, twins right. Carlsbad with 30 seconds, rolling right side, and just taking it himself is Perez, and he'll step out shy of the 40 at about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up 6, and we've got a late flag coming in. And that one is after the play. Lovington cannot afford, and that'll be personal foul on Carlsbad. So it is after the play, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty on the Cavemen. They've got 60 penalty yards now. Lovington with 45. So the personal foul as things getting a little chippy out there. 23 seconds to go. Not sure why Coach Sanders hasn't maybe taken a timeout to try and settle his team, but the Cavemen, I've noticed, are a rhythm team, and he's trying to get them in rhythm. 23 seconds to go. First down and 20 now for the Cavemen. Perez waits for it. Lovington just going to bring pressure with 3. They'll come across the middle, get it to Castaneda, trying for the far sideline, and he'll step out of bounds and run into the Lovington bench at the 40.
Wow. And that was a big collision.
16
Let's see if they're
yards.
getting in that. No, there's a player down
as
Castaneda
he ran, got hurt. Yeah,
the bench big time, and so everybody stepping back. He's up. That was tough.
132 yards through the air for Perez, and Castaneda with 107 of those 132. And it'll be third down and about 4 after the big gain. Now the 16-yard gain. Carlsbad still with all 3 timeouts. Castaneda going to be in the slot. Maybe you put somebody on him and just say stick to him like glue. Wherever he goes, you go too.
Just keep bad from
keep him in front of you. As Perez waiting on it. As the snap, pressure comes, throws it over the middle and incomplete.
And
he was
somebody
trying to get Rodriguez there.
Yeah, one of the linemen touched that, put a hand up. I didn't see it. It got tipped on the way over.
So now it'll be fourth down for the Cavemen. They have got to go. If you're Lovington, line everybody up about the 10-yard line. I mean, seriously, pull your line out, put 11 backs in, and line them up about the 10. This is fourth down, 12 seconds to go. And Lovington going to jump. Were they drawn? I don't think they were. I think it'll be offsides. And it will be, as offsides on the Cats will keep Carlsbad alive.
Yeah, one of the assistant coaches is over here. He said, you were going to do that. You know they were going to do that. So a lot of frustration.
So now with 3 timeouts and 12 seconds on the clock, 12.7 seconds if we're being correct, Carlsbad has time for about 3, maybe 4 plays. You're not as worried now about the yardage as you are about the time. From the 37-yard line inside Wildcat territory. Good snap, Perez with it, has time, pumps, comes across the middle, and that one is going to be picked off. There's no question about it this time. Kyler Reeves with the pickoff, and so the INT will end the threat for the Carlsbad Cavemen as again the defense comes up big, Dawn.
Now that right starting position, sticking with it.
So it'll be Lovington football with 6 seconds to go. I've got to think they're probably just going to kneel this one down and take it to the locker room. And, yep, they're going to come out, and they are just going to kneel this one down and take it to the locker room. As kneeling it down after the turnover, Lovington will have the ball to start the second half of action.
We're right here, and hey, well, I've got a good signal.
Yeah.
We've been having some technical problems with the mic, but it's good right now, Coach. So tell us about the first half.
Well, third game in a row, we've come out real hot. I mean, I'm proud of how fast we're coming out. Sometime in the middle of the game, every game, we just kind of have a little adversity. Did some uncharacteristic things, but we finished well every other game, and that's my expectation right now.
Going up 8 points, and you'll have the ball to start the second half. I know that you want them to finish, but what is the other big message? What do you want to see more of when they come back out in the third quarter?
Do what we do. Do what we do. Sometimes we get uncharacteristic. We try to push. We try to press. Okay. When we start getting a little pressure, we press every now and then. And I feel like we're a good enough football team to just do what we do, and we'll be in a great shape.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah.
All right, Coach Joshua Bailey checking in with his conversation. We will take a 3-minute timeout and come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Back in 3 minutes. And welcome back to Carlsbad at Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium. It is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, you will get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. 24-16, the Wildcats up over the Cavemen at half, but it has been a back-and-forth affair. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers in this one. We will start with the Cavemen as Kaysen Perez, their quarterback, goes 10 of 16 for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half. He does throw a late INT. His favorite target, and it has not even been a question of who his favorite target has been. It has been Robert Castaneda. Castaneda on the night, 6 catches, 107 yards, including an 80-yard touchdown. Evan Leos has the other touchdown through the air. He caught one on the very first play from scrimmage for 14 yards, and that's the only catch he's got so far tonight. Brock Wright, a couple of catches, 8 yards, and Hernandez, 1 catch for 3 yards. On the ground, Brock Wright has done most of the heavy lifting. He's got 4 carries for 31 yards. Perez himself has carried 4 times for 13 yards. Interestingly, no sacks in that first half for Lovington's defense. Adrian Rodriguez with 2 carries, 11 yards, and Ty Young had 1 carry for -7 yards. 132 through the air, 48 on the ground, 180 cumulatively in the first half for Carlsbad. They were flagged 7 times for 60 yards in the first half. They get 7 points in the first. They get 9 in the second, and that gets them to their 16 on the board. Turning our attention to the Lovington Wildcats, Matthew Prudencio. Pretty good first half, goes 13 of 17 for 177 yards and 3 touchdowns, but more importantly, no interceptions. 2 of those touchdowns coming to Alec Olguin. Olguin getting 1 from 19 and 1 from 20. He leads in the yardage category, actually second in the yardage category with 39. Leading yards man was Kyler Reeves, 2 catches for 48 yards. Elijah Rivero with the most catches. He's got 4 for 35. Patrick Sanchez, 3 catches for 32. And Ryan Weiser has 1 catch for 6 yards, but it was the touchdown. Now then, on the ground, it has been kind of tough sledding for the Wildcats. Leading rusher right now is Alec Olguin. He's got 6 carries for 25 yards. And Dallas Cardenas has been quiet tonight after the century mark last week. Just 2 carries for 0 net yards. Matthew Prudencio's 7 carries officially, -5 yards. He has been sacked 3 times. And then Jaden Gutierrez on an end around, 1 carry, -4 yards. Ryan Weiser, 1 carry for no gain. 177 through the air, 16 total on the ground for Lovington is 193 total. Lovington was whistled 6 times for 50 yards in that first half. They got 14 points in the first, 10 in the second, and that gets them to their 24 on the board. So the bands are outperforming right now. We'll come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa keys to the second half. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR in the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. The Wildcats leading the Cavemen 24-16. Final tune-up before district for Lovington. Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle from high above Caveman, Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium. Evie Stuber and Manny V in studio engineering and producing tonight. So we were just noticing, Dawn, the Carlsbad band does not appear, except for in the solo section just a moment ago,
Right.
to have a single trombone in the band.
But they have a couple of baritone saxes, bari saxes, and that's a lot of times bands, except for symphonic bands, they don't even have that. I see some flugelhorns out there as well, and so they've got some interesting instrumentation for this program. I got to assume they've got like seven tubas,
Sousaphones.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
I
know.
If you've ever read Gene Shepard, who wrote who wrote the book
For Christmas Story is from, right?
That was based on A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Ralphie Parker is a sousaphone player, and he gets
Right.
quite upset when anybody calls it the
Tuba. Yeah.
And I had friends who were sousaphone players, and they got quite upset when they talked about a tuba. As a trombone player, though, I am quite disturbed that there are no trombones except during one solo section down there. So
I
enough about my bandy geekness, I guess.
I was in band with Scott Capps, who's still in Hobbs and runs an auto shop, among other things. And he was like 7 feet tall, and he proudly played the tuba. Thank you very much.
Oh, it was the tuba. Okay.
Okay.
Well, how about we tuba on over to our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. And amazing, when the coaches aren't on the field and when the opposing coaches
yeah.
aren't out there, we seem to be pretty clear. So
Yeah.
keys to the second half, Don.
You know, Coach Bailey said that he thinks the key lies in just Lovington being Lovington, not just. I think that means reverting to what works for them, the success, how they feel comfortable playing, and what they want to do, the rhythm, and it's being. I think, and that is make the big plays happen, but also, forcing turnovers, the feeding off the success of the defense, and just making those really sparky offensive plays and excitement, and that's what Lovington really does and does well. As they get out there, they really fight. They've got a lot of endurance, and of course, it's interesting. It's a nice evening, but I forget. I lived in Loving for about 5 years growing up, and spent a lot of time here in Carlsbad, and played a lot of baseball, softball, watched teams up here, and it's humid. That heat saps you. You don't realize it. You think, hey, it's all pleasant, but these guys are working so hard. So many two-way players, and I hope they're getting a deep breath, a good rest at halftime, and lots of hydration, and come out here because they're going to have to play like their hair's on fire. Because 8 points is great. It's good to be up and not down at half, but you just feel like it's not enough. Carlsbad is very capable of the big play, the long passes and coming out of nowhere, fighting, and not doing anything for 10, 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden, big play, and they get on the board. So Lovington's got their work cut out for them in the second half, but Coach Bailey said if they can just come out and do what they do and do it well, and they'll prevail.
Well, you certainly hope to, and I like that. Just be yourself. Just be Lovington. Now that I do have some actual, coach speak type keys, and I've always said there's a reason why I sit up here, and I am not, wearing a headset or. There's a lot of reasons, but, making these decisions is one of them. If you're Lovington on offense, it's something you did not do in the first half, and I think you're going to have to do in the second half. And it goes back to what you said, be Lovington. So how do you do that? You need to establish the run. Cardenas, maybe he's a little banged up, maybe he's a little tired, whatever.
We haven't seen him.
We've seen him for 2 plays.
Yeah,
he's carried the ball twice for 0 yards.
Yeah.
So you've got to maybe get Cardenas in. There's nothing wrong with Alec Olguin. He is an explosive back.
Absolutely.
But you've got to establish that run with Cardenas or with somebody, because right now all Carlsbad's doing is bringing the house and knowing that it's going to be a pass to somewhere. Now then, the way you blow that out is establish the run. But when they bring the sink, you can also do the quick pass. They've done a pretty good job of leaking somebody out as an escape valve, basically, over the middle. So keep doing that. But if that's not going to work, and your passing game is going to be much better if Carlsbad can respect the run. Now, on special teams, we saw a huge special teams play, 85 yards to start the ball game, and we've seen a couple others that almost got broken. Lovington needs to not over-pursue. They have to contain their lanes. Yeah, I know, believe me, I played this game. You want to go after the ball. That's what you're trained to do and taught to do, but you've got to literally stay in your lane. You've heard the old saying, stay in your lane. If you don't stay in your lane, all of a sudden that lane is wide open, and one missed tackle and somebody gets the big gain, and we saw that a couple of times. You have to do that on defense and special teams. And if you are Lovington, you already know what Carlsbad's going to do. They've done really a fantastic job. Coach Bailey and his staff have done a great job. Lovington almost exclusively runs man-to-man defense, where they just put one guy on each receiver and rely on them to make the plays. You might ought to think about, especially because you got Castaneda absolutely tearing you up, maybe double team him, or maybe think about just having an extra cornerback or an extra safety somewhere to contain maybe some of those bigger passes. I mean, we got as I'm looking at their sheet, 10 of 16, we've got a 14-yarder, we got an 80-yarder, we got a 16-yarder. So that doesn't add up to anywhere near 132. Well, actually, it kind of does. But so limit the big plays. And if you Lovington has not gotten to the quarterback yet, but they have pressured him, even though they have not gotten in and sacked him. And they've been doing that a lot of times with just 4, maybe 5 guys. Well, that still means you can put 6 out in the pattern to try and contain and hold down some of those receiving yards. So that's my keys to the second half anyway.
All right.
And
well, you've got and you've spent a lot more time on the diagram board than I have recently. Lots of X's and O's and the arrows and no, it's great. It's technical, and that's great. Yeah.
I'm going to blame it on Brian Jensen from the Texas Tech Radio Network.
Oh yeah.
So
it's good to listen to those guys, and of course the
Dallas, yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
learn a lot.
I would be in grumpy Brad Sham mode right now, and I have had the pleasure of meeting Brad before. So have you. But I mean, I have known Brad and known of him for basically my entire life. And it's funny to watch Brad's, and Brian is getting this way too, and I've known Brian most of my life. As they get older, and this happens to all of us, I was warned it was going to happen. We all tend to get grumpier. I would probably be in grumpy Brad Sham mode right now because we're only up by 10, and a lot of things
8.
have gone right. Yeah, we're only up by 8. Sorry, I was trying to block the safety out of my consciousness, but I will try and stay out of grumpy Brad Sham mode. And
especially, I feel like I jinxed it because I had just said, man, they are dangerously close to their own end zone, and then with that snap, and then two points up on the board.
It's the announcer's curse. It's your fault.
So, yeah. Oh, boy. So, but they are up by 8, and that's something to build on, and they're going to have the ball to start. And, I think it's going to be really important to hang on to the ball.
Yes.
Really, and ball control, and
Yep.
try to go ahead and get some more points on the board. Insurance points if you can as well.
Absolutely. And with that, we will wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your vehicle, and trust me, you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply at Napa, get up and go. And we go to the second half of action in 3 minutes as Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR with Don Morgan Fieldside. I'm TJ Miracle as we get ready for the start of the second half here. Lovington leading by 8, 24-16. Now, before we went to break, was mentioning, Texas Tech football at Washington State tomorrow night on our sister station, Eagle 100.5, and the Cowboys also on Eagle 100.5, opening their season on Saturday. So, Dawn, we do have a few other games going on involving Lee County teams tonight.
I was just asking about those off air, yeah.
And at halftime, Tatum and Clayton are knotted at 28 apiece. Late in the second quarter, Roswell leads Hobbs 14-7. And at half, it's Nimmi and Eunice tied at 21 all.
All right, and the game may be over by now, but right at the start of this game, one of the woman who photographs for the Lovington Booster Club said was Coach Gonzalez, the team that he's coaching now and was playing. His game was tied 14 all at half, and that's probably done by now. I'll have to drift back and see if we have a final for her, see how he's doing.
All right, a tough road to hoe, or another rebuild job for Coach G as he goes to Snyder. Being from Big Spring, Snyder is one of our rivals, so I wish Coach G all the best as long as he's not playing the black and gold of my alma mater. So it'll be Anias to kick it off from the left to the right, and we are underway in the second half. It is a line driver taken on the run. That is Gutierrez, has a seam across the 30, 35 to the 40, and the foot races on to the 50, to the 40. One man to stop him and puts him out of bounds at the 38-yard line, 34-yard line, and a huge return for Gutierrez, and that may be a spark that the Wildcats need to get things going. And, Dawn, we talked about this in the pregame, too. Lovington, with so many guys going both ways, have got to strike quickly and often before really they start tiring out, because let's face it, you get gassed out there when you're going both ways.
Bubba Anderson pushed him out of bounds.
From the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 after the big return from Gutierrez. Empty set, Prudencio waits for it, trying to get Carlsbad to jump. They will not. Changing the play at the line. Tight end on the left side is Reeves. Prudencio with it, just takes it himself on the quarterback keeper, and want that one up and throw it away. Nowhere to go as he goes right into the middle of the defense. Diego Ramirez will bring him down after no gain, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 33. He actually lost about a half yard. And Prudencio has not carried the ball an awful lot this year. Is not really a running quarterback.
No, they don't do very many design quarterback keepers. When they do, sometimes it can be effective, but not that one. Carlsbad sniffed it out.
Trips to the right side this time. High snap, it's handled. Prudencio with it. Protection holds, rolls to the left. Looking, comes across the middle and has a man underneath at the 25-yard line. And are they going to say it skipped in? Nope, they gave it to him. Yeah. So it's a 9-yard gain. Who caught that, Dawn? Rivero, okay, so 9 yards to Rivero. He's got 44 yards receiving tonight. 186 through the air for Matthew Prudencio, so 3rd down and 3 officially.
He took a pretty good hit as he got the ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. Trips left, single back on the right shoulder. Back to pass. Prudencio flips it out, and we will have roughing the passer on Carlsbad this time.
Intended for Kyler Reeves. He was over here with really good coverage on him by Blas Lopez, so doesn't matter with the roughing the passer call anyway.
That's got to be a roughing the passer call. So I want to say that was Carmen Carrasco who just blasted Prudencio after he let fly. So let's see. And it will be roughing the passer. And that'll be an automatic 1st down. Move the chains. Wildcats, their 9th of the ball game as the Carlsbad faithful bring out the Boo Birds. 1st down for Lovington. They'll move them down to the 10-yard line. Make it the 11 officially. And so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. The Cats on the move. Twins left, Twins to the right. Waiting on it, empty set in the backfield. Prudencio tries the hard count, does not get it. Now he'll send a man in motion, shifts his tight end over to the right side. High snap, Matthew with it, goes right side, nothing doing, and he is sacked back at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard sack, and they tried that. That's twice on this drive they've tried it. They've lost a collective 4 yards on it. Coach Bailey, I know you watch these later, and we definitely appreciate that, but wad that play up and throw it away.
Sack.
So that'll be the 4th sack of the night officially for Prudencio. And so now it'll be 2nd down and 15, 2nd and 14 from about the 15.5. Single receiver to the right side, empty set. Prudencio with it, guns it across the middle and incomplete. Was trying to get a man up the seam and incomplete.
Trying for
I believe that was Rivero, so incomplete. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and call it 15 for the Wildcats. You don't want to get down here and stall out. You're well within the range of Aranda, but you'd like to get 6 instead of 3. As the Carlsbad band starts playing the Looney Tunes theme song.
Yeah,
I
Lovington.
think you were supposed to play while they were doing that.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Oh, it's a high snap. Prudencio with it. 3-step drop. He'll dump it. Finds Reeves out of the backfield. He gets inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, and Reeves, as the safety valve, is going to take it 10 yards and then get blasted at the end. But that's 3 big carries for Kyler.
He's
As Reeves will be down.
Yep. You said he got blasted. He definitely did, and he tried to get up and he just collapsed. So he's.
I believe that was maybe Hernandez or Rodriguez who just put a big hit on him. Kyler, a tough kid. It'll be 4th down and 5, but decision time now for the Wildcats. But you're really more worried about the injured player at this point. Oh, and I think we just got a cramp. So I see him stretching it out down there. That is the one advantage to being halfway to the International Space Station is I can almost look over the top and see what's going on.
Into the scrum.
While we've got a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to the good folks who make Wildcat Sports possible. Lee County Electric Cooperative, Master Plumbers.
Yeah, he's up.
Lovington Auto Supply, Napa, Miko Companies, First American Bank of Lovington, Stone Oilfield Services, Devon Energy, Lovington Schools, Man Welding, Cannon Safety, Miko Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Battle Energy, Eastern New Mexico University, Badger, and Bob's Thriftway. So now, if you are the Cats, Don, do you go for it on 4th and 4 from the 5, or do you kick the field goal? And the answer is you kick the field goal because there is Aranda.
Yeah.
And I think that's smart. You're up by 8. This will put you up by 11. They'll spot the ball at the 15. It'll wind up being about a 25-yard attempt for the Wildcats, well within Aranda's range. But you've got to have a good snap and a good hold. From the near hash mark, snap is a little high. Olguin gets it down, and the kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:05 to play in the 3rd quarter, Lovington, the 25-yard field goal for Aranda, his 2nd of the day. And Lovington strikes first. 9:05 to go in the 3rd. Lovington 27 and Carlsbad 16. We are back in 1 minute on KZOR. And the Wildcats cap off their opening drive of the second half with a 25-yard field goal by Caleb Aranda that puts them up by 11. 27-16 is the score as Caleb on, and he will boot it away towards the north end zone. Going to be fielded back at the 2. They will fake the handoff. Nope, they will hand it off, and coming around as Lovington bit on the fake. And once again, Evian Leos with a good return is going to be pushed out at the, call it the 35-yard line.
And that was a good fake from here. It was
with Don Morgan field side, and apparently the RF spectrum here in Carlsbad being filled with I don't know what. The Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle from high above Caveman Stadium. Manny V, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight. So Carlsbad going to try and answer back with 8:57 to go. Good field position from their own 35-yard line. As Perez is back out, Wright is the running back with him. Lovington keeps 3 men across the front. They will hand it off to Wright. Bounces out of the first, gets away from the second, and then held on and dragging a Wildcat for about 5 yards. As on that stop is
28.
Pondo. Oh,
Yep.
28. It looked like 22. So Zarian Bannister.
Yep, 0.
5 yards for Wright, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for Carlsbad. Oh, from the 40-yard line, Caveman football. Perez from the shotgun. You pretty much see that all the time now. Waits for it, and flags fly. That'll be false start on the Cavemen. As somebody got to jump to try and get the block in. That is now 80 penalty yards on the Cavemen on 9 penalties.
Yeah. Looking at the jerseys again, it may have been Chase Terrell. It may have been 29, not 28, so just saying.
So now 2nd and 10 after the 5-yard false start penalty. Clock continues to move. 8:20 remaining here in the third. A back and forth battle. Lovington has taken advantage of the turnover, and that's really the difference in the ball game thus far. Lovington in man coverage, 3 men across the front. Looks like they may bring 5. They will, and just keeping it himself is Perez, and he's going to get the 5 they just lost back before Olguin and a number of others, including turn around. Thank you, sir. That's Jaden Garcia. You think I'd be able to pick Jaden out by now. But that's a 5-yard gain for Perez. And now it's an important 3rd and 5 for these Cavemen.
A lot of noise being encouraged by the Lovington fans on the side. Yep.
Also in on that stop. And again, you think I'd be able to pick out Valente without being able to see the number. But I want to make sure I get it right. As Perez back to pass, throwing underneath, and guess who? Cardenas with it. Cycles out at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 9, or make that 7. And you guessed it, a first down. That'll be his 7th catch for 114 yards. And they are leaving that kid wide open. Put an extra man on Castaneda, please. And the handoff this time as Wright has a little room. He'll come around on the right side sweep and crosses the 45 down to the 44-yard line.
He actually kind of got tripped up by his own man there.
So 8 yards to Wright. And he's got 44 yards on the ground on 6 carries. And they're going into the hurry up here. 7:02 on a 2nd down and 2. 7:02 now, under 7 minutes to play in the third. One of the linemen pointing out defenses. Trips to the left side. Perez with it. Handles it. Hands it off. Right into the teeth and just drags Herrera and Gutierrez with him. And he'll get 3. He needed 2. And so Herrera stops him before he can get any more than that. But
yeah, I would not want Valente falling on top.
I would not either.
A rather painful situation.
Or hanging on to me either, for that matter.
Right, yeah. Not going to get very far.
So Carlsbad moves the chains. That is their 7th, make that 8th first down of the ball game. Now they'll have it inside Lovington territory at the Wildcat 41. Twins left, twins right from the near hash mark. Sindeman in motion. Left to right, that is Young. Perez back to pass, and the seam wants guess who? Castaneda, and on him very tight were the Wildcats, and a late flag comes in.
Oh.
Or did it? Nope, it did not. It'll just be incomplete. They wanted the late flag, and then I heard a cheer, so I guess maybe cheering the band or something. Yeah, I don't see any laundry on the field.
No.
Incomplete. That was good coverage from Olguin and Sanchez. They had him doubled up that time.
Yeah.
Keep 2 on him.
Gutierrez over there as well.
So now trips to the left, single receiver to the right is Castaneda. So he looks over to the sideline like, what do I do, what do I do? You catch the ball, that's what you've been doing all night. Back to pass Perez, blitz comes, he will dump it to right out of the backfield, and he drops it. It'll be incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Good pressure coming in from Lovington, and I think Wright might have been hearing some footsteps as Herrera was closing in on him, and Val going to go take a breather, and I don't blame him. Gabriel Maldonado going to check in his place. So you've got to think passing down, passing situation here.
Right.
On 3rd and 10, and I've got to think it's 4-down territory too for the Cavemen.
You bet.
As we hit the 6-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
You don't want to give up the big play here. You know they're going to be gunning for 1st down, and you know they're going long.
Trips to the left, single receiver is Castaneda to the right. Lovington looks like they're going to bring 5, and they're going to come to Castaneda. Castaneda went for a flag route, and Perez thought they were going to run the curl, and Alec Olguin almost able to pick that one off. Miscommunication, almost disaster for the Cavemen. It falls harmlessly to the turf, and it'll wind up being 4th down and 10. And, yep, the Cavemen going to go for it from the Cat 41. They're going to split a man out wide to the left. That's going to be Leos by himself to the left, trips to the right this side. Ty Young is the near receiver. And they will do the quick kick, and that one will be a squibber that's going to bounce at the 15. Take a Carlsbad bounce. Yeah, the pooch punt inside the 10 as they wait for it, and they will pin the Wildcats back at the 7-yard line. Okay, Dawn, we talked about this during the keys to the second half.
Yep.
Establish the run. Last time you were in this position, it's, to quote Yogi Berra, I've been reading baseball books lately, can you tell? It's deja vu all over again. Get out of the shadow of your own end zone.
Quick as you can.
Yes. I like the quick kick call there from Coach Sanders, though.
Yeah, I think, no, it looked like it didn't actually take Lovington completely by surprise, but it was successful in that it pinned Lovington way back.
So the Cats going to come out. It looks like we will have Cardenas as the deep back. Actually, we're going to have is that Weiser running as the quarterback? And it'll be on the turf. And, yeah, that was Weiser. What is Weiser doing as the quarterback? Let me double check that. But
he was just on the bench, on the other end of the bench over here on the sideline, and went right in.
Was it Prudencio? No, that was Prudencio. Okay.
Was it the Wildcat? They try the.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's a 3-yard loss no matter how you look at it.
They may have snapped it to Weiser. I don't know. They're so far back over there on the other side. I can't see. I'm usually down around the end zone, and I'm trusting.
It'll be 2nd and 13 no matter how you look at it. And now it'll be Prudencio with his feet in his own end zone as they try the hard count. Carlsbad jumps but doesn't break the plane. Now the Cats going to change the play at the line. Prudencio with it. 4 receiver set. Carlsbad shows they're bringing the house. Drops back to pass. In trouble. Comes around. Dumps it. Has a man. Complete to Sanchez. Out across the 15 to the 17-yard line as Patrick Sanchez bailing out Prudencio with a 13-yard completion, and that ought to be just enough for the 1st down.
Would have had even more, but I think it was number 56. I think it may have been Almodovar who cut him down. Because he zigged, he zagged, and it looked like he was going for some open field.
So that will get them out of the shadow of their own end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 19-yard line with 4.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Lovington leading 27-16 here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Hand it off, and a big hole up the middle as Cardenas across the 30, 35 to the 40. And hello and welcome to the game, Dallas Cardenas, as he will pick up 21 yards and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
He's got that impulse speed, and he just spurted forward, saw a little daylight, took advantage of it.
Jose Juarez opened up the hole when he put the big block on the guy coming in from the middle. as that was big number 56, Almadar. And the block let the Red Sea part. They're going to spot him at the 41 officially. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Hand it off. Cardenas on the sweep. Starts it to the right, brings it back left, and then goes rugby style and swims forward to the 44-yard line. 3-yard gain for Cardenas. He runs about 12, but he gets 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Sharing the microphone here with a dragonfly. Interesting.
Maybe he'll block out some of the interference.
Maybe.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats. Twins left, Twins right. Empty set in the backfield, tight end in the ball game. Prudencio going to change the play at the line. Clock continues to move, 3:40 in the 3rd. Prudencio with it, has time. 3-step drop, throws it underneath to Sanchez at the 45. It's complete, but it's only going to be about a 1-yard gain. Carlsbad had that one sniffed out pretty well with number 33, Blas Lopez. So it's a 1-yard completion to Sanchez. That's his 5th catch of the night. But now it's an important 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats. You want to keep the chains and the clock moving if you're Lovington. From the 45-yard line, Cats still in their own territory, but they started in the shadow of their own goal. Couple of first downs on this drive. Empty set. Not a lot of pressure. Prudencio now it'll break down. Now he's going to be flushed. Goes around to the right. We're going to have a hold no matter what happens on this one. Matthew just throw it away, and he will throw it, and it'll bounce off of a caveman, and that'll be incomplete. Now the question will be, are they going to accept the penalty or make it 4th and 5 as one of the Cats is slow to get up? So it should be holding on Lovington, although Lovington's pointing towards Carlsbad. Let's see what the guy in the white hat has to say.
Intended receiver that time was Gutierrez over here on the near side.
As we're waiting on the white cap to signal what that's in the neighborhood of holding, and we will have targeting on the Carlsbad caveman. So helmet to helmet targeting.
And I think the recipient of that helmet to helmet contact was Patrick Sanchez. He's over here on the sideline with the helmet off and trying to recover, catch his breath.
So that's a 15-yard penalty, 95 penalty yards now on the caveman, and an automatic 1st down. Wow, I thought it was a hold, but instead it was a helmet-to-helmet targeting call.
Yeah, Sanchez still not feeling good. Got that off over here.
I don't imagine that he does. Very dangerous play. They can actually remove players from the game for that.
I was to say, you get off lucky if it's just a 15-yard penalty and 1st down.
So inside Carlsbad territory from the 41 to Olguin, and he's hit at the line and dropped as Carlsbad comes out fired up. They've had a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties. Bubba Anderson creams Olguin, and then a couple guys pile on. I've got to think that maybe at some point the officials are going to warn them about that. So no gain for Olguin. 2:20 remaining, 2nd down and 10. 2:20 in the 3rd quarter, I should say. 27-16, the Cats up by 11. Looking to just burn some more time, burn some more clock. Twins to the left and Twins to the right. As Prudencio waits on it. 5-man rush coming from Carlsbad. Throw it across the middle, and Olguin, normally very sure-handed, comes through his hands, bounces off his shoulder pads, and then falls to the turf as he pats the shoulder pads and says, "That one's on me." As I hear the Lovington coaches down underneath me clapping their hands going, "Oh, we should have had that one."
Yeah, it was really a nice throw by Prudencio. It was a one.
Maybe just a half step behind him, but still, you got to catch those.
Yep.
2 minutes exactly left here in the 3rd.
I heard exhausted.
Twins left, Twins right. Cardenas is in again at the running back position. He's on to block. Prudencio wants it all, goes left side and incomplete. And then are they going to say continuation on the hit out of bounds? Yeah, they're just going to say continuation there. So incomplete. And now it is 4th down and 10 to go from the Cavemen 41. And Lovington going to send out the punt team. I don't know that I like this call, but I don't know that I hate it either.
Minute 53 left in the 3rd. You got a little time, but
Well, now the key is going to be Sanchez needs to angle that one out at about the 5-yard line.
Right.
You don't want to get it returned, that's for sure. Carlsbad going to bring everything and the kitchen sink, and they'll fake it, and they will throw it. Sanchez completes the pass to Cardenas, who will get it to the 30-yard line and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Oh, nice. We were worried about Carlsbad every time faking that. What happens? Lovington out of their pocket and successfully completes that. Nice execution.
And are they going to say Lovington came up short?
Oh.
It looked from up here, and I'm literally right on top of it. They're going to say he came up short. So he needed, I had him stepping out right at the 30. That's we'll just say a generous spot. So a 9-yard completion to Cardenas, but it'll go over on downs now to Carlsbad. Again, I have to go look at the video. Of course, I can't look right down on the sideline. So we'll give the refs the benefit of the doubt. 1:47 to go in the third, 1st and 10 from the Carlsbad 32. Caveman football. Fake the handoff, keeping it himself. Perez, he's got a huge hole up the middle. He's across the 40 to the 41-yard line before Lovington collapses down on him. 9 yards on the keeper for Perez, and his big boys up front gave him a hole, and he took advantage of it. So it'll be second down and a short one
Gutierrez.
for the Cavemen. And wow, that generous spot as they gave him the 10 yards.
Okay.
Wow, they come up a yard short for us, and they give him a yard. Wow. So, all right, well, that'll be the 9th first down for the Cavemen. Handed off to Wright, and he is hit and spun down as he just seems to be getting stronger and stronger as the game goes. He'll pick up 4. 51 yards for Brock Wright as we hit the 1-minute mark remaining in the third. Second down and about 6 to go for the Cavemen. Wright is the deep back with Perez. Perez low snap, handles it, wants it, tosses far side as shy of the 50.
And it was complete. And picking that up, he slid in it. Richard Hernandez with the catch.
His second catch of the night. Both of them have begun for 3 yards. 142 through the air for Perez. And now it'll be third down and 3 for the Cavemen. Under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Carlsbad looking to keep control of it. Lovington shows blitz. They will hand it off and hit in the backfield, and Wright somehow gets over it, and then he'll step out of a tackle, leaps over a couple, and Lovington will bring him down, but not before he gets first down yardage on a 5-yard carry.
Wow.
So Wright with 5 yards, and it'll be a Caveman first down. They're 10th of the ball game, and they're inside Lovington territory. Probably the last play of the half is 9-8-7. They are going to try and get one more off, and they won't because they'll have a false start with 3 seconds to go. 11 penalties now for 100 yards even for Carlsbad. Move it back from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15, but I'm not sure they would have gotten that play off if Young doesn't jump the gun. So really it gives them a free play here at the end of the half.
They've got Valente Herrera back in on the line right now after spending some time off.
2-1-0, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Flip the field and get ready. We've got a good one. Lovington 27, Carlsbad 16. We're back in 1 minute for the fourth quarter. Wildcat football continues on Z94, KZOR, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And welcome back. It is fourth quarter time from here in Carlsbad. The Wildcats and the Cavemen slugging it out. It is a first down and 15 Carlsbad football to start this fourth quarter, and it is right at midfield. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium. Don Morgan patrolling field side, along with every radio frequency on the planet, apparently. And Manny V and Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So the 11-point lead for the Wildcats, but the Cavemen on the march to start the fourth quarter. 4 receivers set. The deep back is right with Perez. Send a man in motion, and they'll just hand it off to Wright, and he will drag a couple of Cats forward on the right side of the line and pick up 4. They're letting Brock Wright do the heavy lift, and 10 carries, 60 yards. That's 6 yards a carry. That kid is carrying the load.
Damian Munoz and Valente on the stop on that.
So it'll be a second down and 11 for the Cavemen. I mean, if they can get 4 or 5 yards at a whack, you got to think they're going to think about keeping that going as Wright moves over to the right shoulder of Perez. They'll send a man in motion left to right. That one is going to be bobbled. Picking it up, throwing it across the middle, and a wide open Castaneda at the 35 to the 30 and down to the 20-yard line before he's bumped out of bounds.
That was Leos.
Well, that was Leos. So it's still 27 yards to Leos, number 4, not number 6, and it'll be the 11th first down for the Cavemen. And we talked about big plays, and that one qualifies. 169 through the air for Perez now. And it'll be first down and 10 inside the Wildcat red zone. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Lovington with an 11-point lead, but Carlsbad seemingly getting some momentum. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Hand it off to right. Goes left side, gets away from one tackle. Trying to turn it up. He'll get across the 15 down to the 14-yard line before Patrick Sanchez and also Landon Trevino managed to bring him down. But it's going to be a pickup of 6 more for Wright.
The Cats are going to have to dig so deep here. It's hard to convey just how gassed a lot of these players are. It's easy for Carlsbad to look fresh because they are.
They've got like 96 kids or 86 kids on the team. They can do a lot more subbing. Low snap, it is handled. Lovington brings the pressure, going for the back of the end zone.
Overthrows.
And overthrown, and
12, Ty Young, intended receiver.
Has good coverage there as some of the Cavemen faithful underneath me groaning, but
it was Chase Terrell on the and good coverage by him. Clean coverage.
Yes, it was. So that'll bring up a third down and 4 for the Cavemen from the Wildcat 13-yard line. So big third down and 4. This is 4-down territory. I don't know. They got a pretty good kicker, too, in Ninnis. Twins left, twins right. Send a man in motion from the right to the left. They'll throw the shot over to the left side. Knocked away. No! Caught at the last second by Elton Hernandez over the outstretched arm. That was, you don't get any better defense than that. Hernandez with the touchdown. And that puts
Castaneda.
That was Castaneda. Okay.
And
all right, so 127 for Castaneda, his second touchdown of the night.
A cramp.
182 through the air for Perez. But that one hurts, Dawn.
Yeah, it does, although,
still
Lovington's
up, 10.5 minutes.
Still up.
Now up by 5, and timeout taken by Carlsbad. They want to talk about something before the extra point. I've got to think they're going to talk about the extra point and not doing anything stupid because they're going to try an onside kick. You can 10:31, I bet they don't yet. If we were another 2 or 3 minutes in, I bet they – if we were another 2-3 minutes in, I think they would, but I don't think they're going to now. I could be wrong, but –
I think they will. I'm going to say that they do.
All right.
Just to give us an opposite
the Coke
viewpoint
at the Allsups on the way out of town is on the line here. So.
All right.
Or if you win, it can be, Sonic, I guess. So.
You know,
But
at this point, just water sounds really good. I'm not even playing like these guys, and it's humid. It's hot.
It
it's
is.
still. It's very still.
I am on my 3rd bottle of water up here, so
Yeah.
and I'm not needing it. And they will go for 2 to try and cut this down to a 3-point lead. And up under center, they're going to go with the power eye look. They'll fake the handoff, tossing it to a wide open receiver, and the 2-point conversion is good.
Again, that time it's Castaneda. Again.
Oh, Castaneda again keeping his team in it with the 2-point conversion. 10:26 to go in the ballgame. Lovington 27, Carlsbad 24. We're back in 30 seconds on Z94 KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. We got a barn burner at Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium as the Cavemen march it down the field, and the hookup of Perez to Castaneda finds it again. A perfect pass, a perfect catch over almost perfect defense from Alec Olguin. Winds up in a 13-yard touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion from Perez to his favorite target, Castaneda, is good. And just like that, we got a 3-point ball game, Don Morgan.
Alec is back up after stretching the cramps out, and he's continuing to work it out, so I think he's going to be all right.
3-point ball game. Lovington has kicked 2 field goals in this one. I think going to be
to onside or not to onside?
I'm going to say not to with 10:26 to go, but if they do not, it is up to Lovington to score on this possession, and a field goal ain't going to get it done because that only puts you up by 6. As they've got a problem with the clock. Should be 10:26, not 1:03. I wished it was 1:03, but that I would say for sure it would be an onside kick if it was 1:03.
Right.
But it is not. It is 10:26. So while we are trying to get the clock sorted out, say a big thank you to our friends at Bob's Thriftway. Don't forget, immediately following the ball game, we'll have your Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. I'm pretty sure they just gave Carlsbad 5 seconds. They have 10:31 on the clock.
I think that happened in the
I think it happened in the first half, too.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob's Thriftway, Badger, Eastern New Mexico University, Battle Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Miko Company, Cannon Safety, Man Welding, Lovington Schools, Devon Energy, Stone Oilfield Services, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply, Master Plumbers, Lee County Electric, making it possible for us to bring you these games absolutely free of charge here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And the kick is away. It is a low line driver. It'll be fielded and brought out by Gutierrez. He's across the 20, 25 to the 30, gets away from one. Now he's going to drag some guys with him out to the 34, make that the 36-yard line. We got flags on the play. I think we're going to have a hold or a block in the back, and then we are going to have a personal foul at the end of the play. The question is, what will it be? And will they both be on one team, or will they be offsetting? If they're offsetting, I think it'll be Lovington football out at about the 34, 35, 36-yard line, as the white cap and a couple of the other officials discussing things. I think we're going to have a hold on the return, but I think we're going to have a personal foul late hit after the play was over at the conclusion of it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I saw. Now, what the officials saw, I don't know, because they're down closer to it. As we await the call, we will have holding on Lovington, and we will have personal foul on Lovington. Personal foul late hit on Lovington. So, darn it, that'll be a 15-yarder. And so that'll move Lovington all the way back. And they're going to – wait a minute. You can't mark off – they're marching off both penalties. You cannot do that. That is not a 20.
Gotta
You can only take
Take
one of them.
One of the penalties.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's right. It should be one 15-yard penalty, not one 25-yard penalty. I have never. And again, I am not an official, and I have never seen that before.
If one of them is a personal foul, is that when that can happen?
I guess they're gonna. I am at a loss. I'll have to ask Ty Friend, the head of the Officials Association in Lee County, after the game. From the shotgun, Lovington with it, standing up and hit and dropped. Not a sack, though. It'll be a no gain on the play for Prudencio. In a case like that, Matthew just needs to tuck it and run. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 8-yard line. Again, they marched off a 25-yard penalty against the Wildcats. 75 penalty yards now on 7 penalties for the Cats. Lovington holding on to a 3-point lead, 27-24. Trips to the right side, single receiver to the left. Fake the handoff, Prudencio with it, dumps it to a man out of the backfield with some room, to the 10, to the 15, to the 16-yard line.
Good.
And who was that?
Gutierrez. Yeah.
Gutierrez takes it from the 8 to the 16. It'll be an 8-yard completion to Gutierrez. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and about a yard, but we've got another foul on the play. Are we going to have a personal foul afterwards?
I don't know. The flag is down. We'll see what they say. And Gutierrez paid a price for that. He's got a cramp in, it looks like his right calf.
We'll have unsportsmanlike conduct on Carlsbad, and we will have an unsportsmanlike conduct on Lovington, offsetting penalties. And so we'll play 3rd down and 2. Why didn't we get offsetting penalties a little while ago in a 25-yard march-off?
Wow, yeah.
I'm pretty sure, and I will double-check with Ty Friend again. He is the head of Lee County officials, but he's up in Chavez County tonight with the Hobbs Eagles. But I don't know. That's just one I've never seen. And what are they doing?
They're going to mark
marching
that as at the 17.
Okay, well, that's the right spot. Lovington needs to get it to about the 18 and a half.
And they're going to say officially 3rd and 1, or 1.5, I guess.
So Lovington needs to get this 1st down. So 3rd down and about a yard to go. Prudencio from the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Cardenas on the sweep left side. As Dallas across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Yeah, jump around like you just won the Super Bowl, young man, because you just gave up the 1st down. David Valencia on the stop. But it'll be a 4-yard gain for Cardenas and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
And that's what counts.
From the 21-yard line, and more importantly, he kept it in, which means that Lovington can continue to burn clock.
Yeah, clock still runs. Clock is their friend for a while, but they've got to
cash in on this
they
drive.
do. They've got to score on this possession.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. The line is having some problems holding. Cardenas hitting the backfield and nowhere to go, and he's going to come down back at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Good job there by Carlsbad to come along the backside and bring him down.
And now have number 55, Jose Juarez, limping off with a calf cramp.
Very hot, very humid tonight.
These guys are giving up a lot of fluid. They're playing so hard, they're just gassed. And they're still out there fighting, but it's costing them.
And it is still 77 degrees here in Carlsbad right now. So 2nd down and 10 after the no gain for the Wildcats. Twins left, twins right. Prudencio with it, throws it across the middle, complete to Gutierrez, and he stretched forwards across the 30. Should be at the 31-yard line. Seriously, is the back judge going to mark him short again? Marks him at the 30.
Wow.
So it'll be a pickup of 9 to Gutierrez, his 3rd catch of the day. And I'm not going to question the spot because I'm not right there on it, but let's just say a couple of things have looked a little suspiciously short.
Let me tell you, you're not the only one. We've got Lovington coaches are shaking their heads over here.
I'm hearing it under me from the Lovington coaches box, too.
Yeah.
That's all right. 3rd down and 1. It just gives you one more play to burn some more time.
I mean, they don't waste a lot of time and energy on it. They move on.
And they'll throw the wide receiver screen. That one is
Sanchez.
complete to Sanchez to the 35-yard line before he is stacked up, stood up. And then they blew the whistle and they let the continuation go. Doesn't matter. 5 yards, Sanchez moved the chains. 1st down, Wildcats. Pardon me, 2:32 through the air now for Prudencio. Sanchez with 6 catches for 51 yards. And that is the 15th 1st down for Lovington.
And you gotta think that at some point football karma got to catch up and be effective here soon.
You've got trips to the left side or trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Cardenas is the lone back. Hand it to Dallas. Stutter step as he goes left side, and the ball is out, and Carlsbad's got it. Yep, out Cardenas. The first turnover of the game for the Wildcats, and that's going to be a hard one to handle.
Force it right back. Force it right back.
So Carlsbad seems to have had all the momentum. Lovington trying to take it back. Just nibbling, eating clock, eating away. But now Carlsbad with a chance to go down and take the lead with 6:40 to go, and they are at the Lovington 39-yard line. Ouch.
It hurts, but if Lovington can work on just trying to shake it back loose, take it back.
You think maybe we could put 2 on Robert Castaneda? I'm just asking. Wherever Castaneda is, put 2 guys on him. I don't care what 2 guys, just put 2 guys on him.
Lovington stands coming alive here. They know they've got to encourage these really tired.
After the Wildcat
defense.
turnover, Carlsbad football in the Wildcat territory from the 39. Perez back on the field with Wright in the backfield with him. They'll throw it to Castaneda, and Lovington right there to blast him, as that was Sanchez to bring him down right after he caught it. Or pardon me, that was not Castaneda. That was Lopez. His first catch of the night is good for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. 185 through the air for Perez. So 2nd down and 7 as we click towards the halfway mark of this 4th quarter. Lovington hanging on to a 27-24 lead. 4 receiver set, Twins left, Twins right. Perez with it. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself wide open on the left side. He's inside the 30 and tiptoes out and stays on it to about the, it looked like the 25 from up here, but they're going to give him the 23, a 13-yard on the keeper for Perez, and that'll be the 12th 1st down for Carlsbad. 33 rushing yards for Perez. Lovington has not sacked him tonight.
Hey. They had to hurry. Lovington had to hurry and get a man off the field because Carlsbad is
Carlsbad in the hurry-up offense. And they will throw it. They are looking for Castaneda over the shoulder. They got him. He's in. 23 yards. And again, why? They've done it to you all night. 3rd touchdown of the night for Castaneda, and they keep 1 single back, and it was good coverage from Alec Olguin over there, but Olguin gives up about 4 inches to Castaneda, and they didn't have anybody, no backside help. 23 yards, and the 3rd touchdown of the night to Robert Castaneda. Not sure about the defensive alignment there. That's all I'm going to say on that. 150 receiving yards for Robert Castaneda tonight. That kid is putting on a show. Credit where credit is due. High snap, it is handled, and Carlsbad will put it up. And with 5:55 remaining here in the ball game, the Cavemen have their 2nd lead of the night, 31-27. Lovington responded last time. Do they have the gas in the tank to do it again? We'll find out in 30 seconds as Wildcat football continues in a moment. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR as the Carlsbad Cavemen take advantage of the first turnover of the night, take it 39 yards, and then the Robert Castaneda show continues 23 yards from Kason Perez, his third touchdown of the night, 150 receiving yards. He has just killed the Cats. And now Carlsbad takes their first lead since very early in the ball game. She's Dawn Morgan Fieldside. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Ralph Boyer Caveman Stadium. Danny V and Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight. As Anissis will tee it up and he will boot it away. And it'll be a squibber and let it bounce. No, don't pick it up. All right, that was the right move because that was a live ball. So Gutierrez with it, with some room to the 10, to the 20, 25, to the 30, and to about the 33-yard line before he got caught from behind. Good speed.
By Ty Young.
By Young. But a good return for Gutierrez.
Yeah, nice.
Now Lovington trailing by 4. With 5:47 to go, they have to answer on this drive.
They do. They've got time, but they've got to make it happen. They've got to have sustained offense here.
Cats still with all 3 timeouts. Looking to stay perfect pre-district. Lovington is the number 1 team in 5A. Carlsbad number 12 in 6A. But Carlsbad looking to knock off a number 1 team. Doesn't matter what class they are. Prudencio with it. Matthew tosses it. That one is going to be complete. Out across and to about the 40-yard line.
Patrick Sanchez.
Patrick Sanchez again. Going to be 7. Let's see where they mark him. They give him the 40 that time. 7 yards to Patrick, his 7th catch of the night. 58 yards. 239 now for Prudencio. And it'll be 2nd down and 3. Stepped out of bounds, stops the clock, 5:41 to go. 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right. Hand it off, Cardenas, he's got some room. He's across the 45 to midfield, to the 45, inside Carlsbad territory. And welcome back, Dallas. That's how you put one of them behind you. You just take off. And that's 10, 15
There's a
yards.
flag.
Uh-oh.
Flag.
And we've got a Carlsbad player down at the line of scrimmage.
I think that may be it looks like a cramp.
I think so,
Yeah,
but
it looks like a
when they
calf
come
cramp.
in that late and at the end of the play, you will often have a personal foul. That's a 15-yard gain. You hope you don't see it get wiped out, and it will be unsportsmanlike conduct on Carlsbad. So tack 15 on to the end of it and move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats. 115 penalty yards now on 12 penalties for the Cavemen. As Cardenas has come on strong in the second half. 8 carries, 43 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10, and that with the penalty tacked on to the end of it. That will move the Cats inside the 30 to the Caveman 29. So if you're Lovington, all you need to do here is just keep marching the ball down the field. Hank Stram time, matriculate the ball down the field, men. Twins left, twins to the right. Cardenas is the deep back. Prudencio with it. Has time. Great protection. Now finally flushed. And he is down, and the helmet comes off as it was ripped off by Carlsbad.
And all the laundry hit the turf at the same time.
So Prudencio, his helmet comes off. And that'll be unsportsmanlike conduct, unnecessary roughness. Could be targeting. They could throw that young man out if they chose to. Prudencio's going to have to come out for a play no matter what, unless Coach Bailey wants to waste a timeout. I don't think he does. And it will be personal foul, face mask.
Bailey's telling him, hold on, hold on.
So another 15-yard personal foul on Carlsbad as the Boo Birds come out on the blue and silver side. And it'll move the chain. 17th first down for the Wildcats. They've only marked off 10 yards. It's a 15-yard penalty. It's not from the spot of the foul.
And now the ref is coming over to...
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, the refs are going over to talk to Bailey about this.
And, yeah, Coach Bailey is absolutely right.
Now Bailey's showing him.
Yeah,
it's 5 more.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, he's saying 5 more.
He's absolutely correct. Yeah, that ball should be at the 16-yard line. Actually, it should be at the 14-yard line if it's 15 yards. Yeah, we need to march 5 more off there, guys. Personal foul is 15 yards. So they've gotten them on a double call tonight where they tacked 2 penalties onto each other, and they were not continuations. And now they're going to move the chains, but they're not going to move the ball. That is not a from the spot. And again, I'll check with Ty Friend on this sometime tonight or in the morning, but that is not a spot foul. That ball should be at the 14-yard line. That's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. I'm almost certain on the face mask call. Now Coach Sanders is asking something why I don't know. This has been an extremely good ref crew. I will say that. It's only lately when, there's been some kind of questionable things in the calling, and that's the only reason I mention it. We haven't really talked about the refs at all tonight, and that's a great thing. But right now, they're kind of losing control of the game. We'll just put it that way. And I don't know about on your side of the field, Dawn. I know a lot of the folks underneath me are not happy.
There's an awful lot of everyone else.
So,
everyone
all right.
The coaches are.
I think the ball's 5 yards from where it ought to be, but all right. From the 20-yard line, play on, young man. As Prudencio with it, steps up in the pocket, guns it across the middle, wide open, puts 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats.
There's the football karma we're talking about. That's what it is.
And Alec Olguin, his 3rd touchdown of the night from 20 yards out, puts the Cats back on top, 33-31.
On top, not enough.
No, it is not.
Need this point, and then really, you got 5 minutes left on the clock. That's a lot of football. A lot of things can happen on both sides.
You're up by 2. Yeah, the smart football wisdom here is kick the extra point, go up by 3. That way a field goal can't kill you, or can't beat you, and yep, there you got an offsides. Carlsbad coming after it with everything they've got. Will be offsides, half the distance of the goal. I'm not even going to bother to write down 1 yard. It is the 14th penalty of the night for Carlsbad. As this game was very clean for the most part in the first half, but I think you've got emotions starting to run pretty high down there, Dawn. And I think it's the heat and the humidity is part of it.
Our emotions are running high. So, yeah, that on the field and on the sidelines and in the stands.
Like I said, I just have some questions about some spots. That's it with me. But, well, I made it to week 3 before my NMAA Nasty Gram will be in the mail, as the snap is good, and that one is going to be blocked as Alec Olguin didn't. That was a low snap, and Alec couldn't get it up in time. And so with 5:15 to go, it's a 2-point Lovington lead, 33-31. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 1 minute on KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football. 20 yards, Alec Olguin catches his 3rd touchdown of the night. The point after, though, is no good. And with 5:15 remaining in regulation, Lovington 33, Carlsbad 31. Dawn Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle as Aranda puts it on the tee, and he will boot it away towards the south end zone, high end over ender, and it will be fielded and kept by the first man to touch it, and gets away from 1, gets away from 2, still on his feet, then out to the 20, to the 22-yard line is Ty Young. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavemen from the 23. 5:04 to go. Cavemen with 2 timeouts left. Cats with all 3 of theirs.
And right before the defense went on the field, Coach Bailey came running down the line, hollering at him, "Give me one stop, guys. Give me one stop."
So, and they are going to march off a 10-yard holding on the return penalty as Carlsbad has really started racking up the penalty yards. Now 140 penalty yards on, that is their 15th penalty. Yikes. Lovington with 8 penalties, 75 yards. And yes, that does have that double penalty in there, which I'm still not sure was correct. But to be statistically correct, I have to put that in the books. So that'll move Carlsbad back to their own 11-yard line. 1st down and 10. 5:04 remaining in regulation. Lovington, 3 men across the front. It'll be right in the backfield with Perez. Twins to the left side, handed off to right, hit in the backfield and dropped, is leading the way. The charge coming through. Damian Munoz got to him first, and then cleaning him up, Valente Herrera, and the Wildcats knocked down right for a 3-yard loss. 2nd down and 13. Inside the 10 now, back at about the 9-yard line. 2nd and 13 for the Cavemen. Right still the deep back with Perez. Twins to the right side, playing it in tight. Fake the handoff, rolling, running. Valente Herrera on his back door and tosses it out to Castaneda, I'm assuming. And it is complete to Castaneda for 5 yards. 155 yards to that kid. Wow.
I did not think he was going to be able to get a throw off time and connect with Castaneda.
Oh, and they're going to say incomplete.
Oh, okay, good. I think he was stepped out of bounds for us. I think at least one of the feet was out of bounds.
Did not have control then.
Okay.
And so now it's 3rd down and 13. They're going to move right over to the left shoulder. Twins left, Twins right. 3rd down and 12. Looking. Tossing, coming over the middle and complete to a wide open Leos. It's a foot race. He's to the 50, to the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and Carlsbad will take it 91 yards to Evan Leos. The big play bites again. 299 throwing yards now for Perez, and Evan Leos becomes the 2nd century runner, or rather pass catcher, with 118 receiving yards tonight, and now that'll flip it over to make it 37-33. The Cavemen retake the lead. 4:08 to go. As we await the point after, Manias. The snap is a little high, but they get it down, and that one is going to be shanked and blocked. And with 4:08 to go, our score, Carlsbad 37, Lovington 33. We're back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. After a 91-yard completion from Perez to Leos, the point after is no good, and it is a 4-point Caveman lead once again. 4:08 to go here in this 4th quarter. Carlsbad has fought back with a vengeance after at one point looking like they were down and out in the first half, but they have not gone away. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrols field side as we click towards 10 o'clock on this Friday night. Don't go anywhere.
A safety against Lovington, a 2-point conversion by Carlsbad, a missed
extra point.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had everything.
And
And
these points add up.
kick it off, and that'll be a short one, as that one is going to bounce and take a big bounce, and off of the run, that is Gutierrez out to the 30-yard line. Came up and fielded it before he is brought down by Elton Hernandez, who's also had at least an okay night on special teams and on offense. So Lovington at the 30-yard line will take back over, first down and 10, trailing by 4.
4 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock.
And still all 3 timeouts should you need them. But you have to find a way to punch this one into the end zone. You got 4 minutes to do it. 31-yard line officially. Wildcats and the Cavemen slugging it out. We talked about it, though. The Wildcats, conditioning is great, but you can tell when they start running down and running out of gas a little bit. Carlsbad shows blitz. Stepping up, Prudencio throws it underneath. Gutierrez across the 40 to the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 11 and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
And stops the clock, 3:59.
No, it doesn't.
No, well,
as soon as they set the ball,
they'll but it momentarily gives them a few seconds of time.
170 or 270 through the air now for Prudencio. From the 42-yard line, first down and 10, Wildcat football, 3:47 to go. You're not as worried about the clock yet. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Low snap, Prudencio handles it, hands it off to Cardenas. He's going to be out to the 45-yard line before he is hit and brought down by McKibben, who's having a good night. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Cardenas. And it'll be second down and 7. I like that, though. You're still making them respect the run.
Clock is still.
Clock is still your friend.
Rivera out.
And checking in his place is going to be Aiden Nunez. Twins left, Twins to the right. Prudencio with it. Good protection. Once again, the line has played great all night.
Yes.
And that will be complete to Gutierrez across the 45 to the 44 inside Carlsbad territory before he's upended again by McKibben.
Does not get out of bounds, so clock is run.
8-yard completion and first down for the Wildcats. Their 19th of the night. $53 yards for Gutierrez. First down and 10 for the Cats. 2:59 to go from the 45 officially. Inside Carlsbad territory. Twins left, Twins right. Carlsbad shows blitz. They're bringing everybody and the kitchen sink. Rolling, Prudencio throwing. Has a man at the 35, to the 30, to the 15, 10, 5. Cutting it back is Olguin and put 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats as the track meet continues in 45 yards. Alec Olguin as his 4th receiving touchdown of the night, and the Cats are back on top. Wow.
Twice I thought he was going to get stopped, and he just kept finding room, kept running, and got into the end zone.
Alec Olguin now with, as I do math quickly, 104 receiving yards tonight, 4 catches, 4 touchdowns. That's not a bad stat line. And Prudencio with 323 passing yards tonight. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. With 2:31 remaining in regulation, Lovington 40, Carlsbad 37. And, Dawn, I think we're just going to keep it right here.
Wow. Yeah.
I think this is the definition of barn burner, is what I'm thinking we've got here.
Yeah, I've got to sit down and retie my shoelaces
and
there.
I do have an update coming in thanks to Tiff back at One Radio Square. There is an overtime game tonight involving a Lee County team. Roswell High and Hobbs have just started overtime, tied at 29 each. Wow. Wow. Clayton, also a final in that one tonight. Clayton outlast Tatum 54-42 in that 8-man game tonight. Haven't heard the outcome of Unison New Mexico Military yet. So 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go. Timeouts abound on both sides of the board. Lovington with all 3. Carlsbad still with 2. Carlsbad is taking advantage of tired Lovington line and defensive backs and have just absolutely started picking the Wildcats apart. Both quarterbacks are nearing 300 yards of offense, and there was a penalty, a 15-yard personal foul after the point after attempt. Carlsbad now with 155 penalty yards. If you're Lovington, you're at midfield. You can think about you're on the Carlsbad side of things. You could think about onside in this one and not really hurt yourself. But we'll see what they choose to do as Aranda will come up on the ball, and Aranda just going to kick it away, and it'll go out of the back of the end zone. Actually splits the uprights. You don't get points for that on a kickoff, but
be nice.
It would be nice if you did. So Carlsbad will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
I'd rather that Lovington points for heart tonight rather than style points, because they've had the heart and they're still battling, and man, they are so gassed. The coaches have come along to 2 or 3 sitting on the bench for just a minute saying, gotta have you now, I gotta have you now, we gotta have you.
And Carlsbad, give them credit too, they have fought extremely hard this game. They are much deeper though, and right now that is their advantage with 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. From the 20-yard line, Carlsbad with the football. We'll talk about this maybe in a minute. This has a feeling of Coach Bailey may remember this game as a player. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Empty set in the backfield for Perez this time. It was one of the state title years. Lovington with 3 men across the front. Throw the quick screen over to the left side to guess who, and he gets away, and he's going to go on the left sideline and finally going to be pushed out across the 40, out about the 43-yard line.
Elijah Rivero comes along and scares him out of bounds.
And so that'll be 23 more yards now, 173 to Robert Castaneda. And that will be 322 for Perez. Both quarterbacks over 300 yards tonight. From the 42-yard line officially. 1st and 10, send a man in motion.
And that man, of course, is
Castaneda. Stepping up is Perez. He's going to go left side, and he's going to be run out of bounds after a short gain. Good pursuit by the Wildcats. Going to wind up with a 1-yard gain. And it'll be a 2nd down and 9. Alec Olguin chasing him out, as you mentioned, Dawn. Whew. My goodness, it is going to be quite the Devon Energy postgame show, no matter what
Alec
happens.
getting some love from the sideline saying, yeah, way to go, way to pressure, Alec.
Trips left, single receiver to the right, and Wright is in the backfield with Perez. 2:16 to go, 2nd down and 9. Good snap, looking, dumping it to Wright. Cutting it upfield and hit and dropped, still on his feet. I don't know, it looked like he was coming down. Hanging on for dear life was Chase Terrell, and coming over and helping him was Kyler Reeves. And we will have a flag on the play. So it will be a completion of 2 yards to the running back Wright, but we've got a flag on the play, and that's in the neighborhood of 15-yard personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Question is it them or us? Who got caught first? And they're pointing on Lovington. And it'll be unsportsmanlike conduct on Lovington. Bad penalty. That'll be the 15th first down for Carlsbad. 8th penalty on Lovington for 90 yards. 9th penalty for 90 yards, and that will move them all the way into Lovington territory. 2 minutes exactly remaining as tempers flaring, nerves fraying. And a great game going on here tonight. Twins left, twins right. Send a man in motion. And with it, Perez. 3-step drop, has time. Still with time. Now he's going to get flushed. And is hit just as he lets it fly. And Castaneda inside the 20, down about the 15-yard line. Now it'll be 25 more yards to Castaneda. Are you kidding me? 198 yards to Castaneda, and another first down for Carlsbad again. Can we maybe think about putting a second guy on him? 349 through the air to Perez.
Well, Carlsbad quarterback had all the time
He
in
had
the
all
world.
the time in the world, and that's just Lovington getting gassed. And finally, Munoz got a shot at him, looking to guess who? Castaneda, or pardon me, that was Leos, and overthrown. But
no.
they are going to throw the pass interference penalty.
But it really was a trip. I mean, Dallas was right there, but he tripped. They tripped each other, and he just went tumbling.
It'll be pass interference on Lovington. So that'll be half the distance to the goal on the Wildcats, their 10th penalty of the night, and wind up being about 100 penalty yards before it's all said and done. So Carlsbad knocks at the door again. Dawn, this reminds me of a game that we played against Goddard way back in one of the state title years, and it was like this. The two teams came out and just slugged it out, and you got the feeling the last team that touched the ball was going to win, and that's exactly what Lovington was, the last team that night to touch the ball, but they didn't have much time. Very similar feeling to what we've got right here with 95 seconds left to go and a 3-point Wildcat lead. Twins left, Twins to the right once again, right in the backfield. First and goal from the 8. Fake the handoff to right, throw it across the middle, and overthrowing the intended target, Lopez.
Yep.
If Lovington could pick that one off, I think you would have heard me all the way back in Lee County.
And nobody was really close enough to do that. It tipped off of Lopez's hands, and nobody could really get it.
Yeah, second and goal from the 8. If wishes were fishes, as they say.
If wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
That's true. So it'll be second and goal from the 8. Lovington clinging to a 3-point lead with 91 seconds remaining in the ball game. Wright is on the right shoulder. Twins left, and they do have a tight end in the ball game. Hand it off to Wright. Starts it left. Goes to the corner of the end zone. Stretches out at the pylon. Is he in? Waiting on the signal, and no, he's going to be stopped short. He'll be at the 1-yard line. A 7-yard gain for Brock Wright is and Dawn, I hate to say this, if you're Lovington, you almost wanted him to score because that would have this is going to cost him about 15 seconds off the clock totally.
Right.
So it'll be third and goal from the 1. Well, yeah, you've got third and goal from the 1, so if you can man up here, you make it fourth and goal from the 1. Carlsbad's going to go for it. You are in win this game territory. There is going to be no field goal. If they could have kept him out at the 8, they might have thought about tying it. Third and goal from the 1. Keeping it himself is Perez, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. 35 yards on 9 carries, and now the touchdown. And it is 43-40, the point after to come. As Lovington's defense just with nothing left in the tank to really even slow down the Carlsbad attack at this point. But maybe the special teams can come up with one big play and keep this a 3-point ball game. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Lovington knows what they have to do. 1:23 on the clock, and they've got to get a touchdown to win this one. We're back in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues in a moment on KZOR Hobbs Lovington. An 80-yard drive for the Cavemen. results in a 1-yard quarterback keeper for Kason Perez, and then the point after is good. 83 seconds to determine a victor in this one. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan up in the booth. That'll be a short kickoff as Gutierrez picks it up at the 10, brings it out to the 15, gets a block to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, cuts it back across the 40, 45, to the 50, stiff arms a man at the 40, cuts it back at the 30, and inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Jaden Gutierrez has got the Wildcats knocking on the door once again. The Cats with 1:10 and 3 timeouts and 26 yards
and they've just used one of those timeout. Nope, they haven't. I thought they were going to use it.
Yeah, This is just the timeout as they switch things over.
Well, they were running over like they were going to huddle, so that's why I thought.
So you've got, here's the situation. You're down by 4. Jaden Gutierrez has just given you an absolute gift. You have 3 timeouts, you have 70 seconds, and you need 26 yards. Twins left, Twins to the right. Cardenas in the backfield. Looking to pass. Prudencio with time, throws it, has a man across the middle, and O'Gean cannot hold on to it. Across the 15 down at the 14-yard line. Good sportsmanship as he's helped up, but he just could not hold on to that bullet.
Yeah, that was one of the hardest thrown balls of the night.
So incomplete, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, you've got all 3 timeouts. You do not have to worry about the clock. Is Gutierrez going to check out? As checking in his place, Chase Terrell. Sanchez and O'Gean on the left side. Waiting on it, low snap, Prudencio handles it. Matthew rolls to the right, looks, throws, guns it, has a man, and it'll be complete to Rivero at the 21-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6, but he got out of bounds. He did not get out of bounds. Time to take the timeout, Coach.
And he does. Yep, timeout Wildcats. 50.4.
And that's the right timeout. We'll just keep it right here. So it'll be 3rd down and approximately 4 for the Wildcats. Has a lot of water and a lot of hands on hips and faces to the sky at this point as the Carlsbad side of the stadium is rocking and rolling, as I would imagine is the Lovington side of things. We have had what will go down as maybe a classic here tonight, no matter the outcome. Carlsbad proven that getting blown out by Artesia was a fluke. Winning big against Goddard last week and giving Lovington everything they want. But now Lovington with under 50, or I think there ought to be about 3 more seconds on that clock, but okay. 50.4 seconds remaining. 3rd down and 4 from the 20-yard line. Make it officially the 21. So Lovington, you've still got plenty of time, plenty to work with. You can get the 1st down and then work it in. You don't have to get it all in one play. Just get the 1st down and then do 1 at a time. Trips receivers to the right side, single receiver to the left is Sanchez. Send a man in motion, that is Gutierrez from the right to the left. Rolling that way is Prudencio. Blitz comes, gets a great block. Matthew comes back across the middle. Come on, Matthew, let it fly. Brings it, tosses it, goes into the end zone. 6 on the board! Touchdown, Wildcats, Elijah Rivero! 21 yards, Elijah Rivero! And the Cats are back on top again!
You're not going to believe this, but I marched all the way down to beyond the end zone and said, yes, you're going to get it here on this play.
And they certainly did. But now you've left Carlsbad time.
Yeah.
We may have to get a hotel room here in Carlsbad tonight. I'm not sure I can make it back to Lee County. This one is a whale of a ball game. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good, but we've got a flag on the play. Do we have another personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct?
I don't know. 2 flags flew. We'll see. Whitecaps listening to what they say. Point's
And
good.
the point is good.
And
it'll be personal foul on Carlsbad.
And it'll be a
personal foul, so they'll tack 15 on to the end of that one. So we'll put another one in. That is 170 penalty yards for Carlsbad in this game. So let's just keep it right here. My goodness gracious. As definitely tonight getting their money's worth, and hopefully you are too. Lee County Electric Cooperative, Master Plumbers, Lovington Auto Supply, the Miko Companies, First American Bank of Lovington, Stone Oilfield Services, Devon Energy, Lovington Schools, Man Welding, Cannon Safety, Eunice Pump and Supply, Battle Energy, Eastern New Mexico University, Badger Infrastructure, and Bob's Thriftway. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. 38 seconds to decide it. A 47-44 ball game. The Cats in the lead.
To onside or not to onside? What do you think?
No.
You just want to try to pin them way back?
I think you do what they do. You just kick it
keep
softly and you stay in your lanes.
Okay.
The only reason you might think about coming soft is to burn some more time off the clock. I don't know that you want to risk a return. Boy, I am in so many different minds about this one. Again,
right.
I'm glad I am not Josh Bailey. But this is what he signed on for. As Ananda will just boot that one in. It'll head through the uprights once again. And we've got Lovington showing that they've still got some spark and still
I'm not sure
running
they
down.
they might have taken 2/10
They didn't take any
off of the clock.
Well,
maybe.
the clock does not start until the ball hits the turf.
Yeah,
so there was
but it was a
kick out of bounds.
Yeah,
So there was no
38.
time.
Yeah, no time off of it at
no
all.
time off the clock.
Okay.
So it'll be Carlsbad football, 1st and 10 from the 20. That would be the only reason I would have thought about maybe trying to kick it on the ground, was to burn some time. Now can we please put 2 men on Castaneda? Please? Okay, I'm done begging. So it'll be 1st and 10. This has been a whale of a ball game no matter how you look at it, and it's a shame somebody is going to have to lose it. As throwing it underneath and incomplete, as the intended target there was Ty Young. Good pressure from the Wildcats. 349 passing yards for Kaysen Perez. It'll be 2nd and 10, but that really does not matter. 35 seconds remaining in the ball game.
How about forcing a turnover?
That would be just fine too. Would not have a problem with that at all. Trips to the right side, single receiver to the left. It is right in the backfield with Perez. Lovington just going to put 3 men across as Perez rolls to the right, looks, fires, and overthrows his target and almost picked off.
Alec O'Gean was right here, but the intended target was number 17.
So that was Richard Hernandez,
Yeah.
the intended target. So incomplete, and now it is 3rd down and 10. 29 points. Wow. That's less than a second that ran off on that.
Yeah,
I think we got a little hometown timing going on here. I think we've had that a couple of times tonight, but all right. Doesn't matter. It was at 30.6, now it's at 29.6. I know that took more than 1 second. So a good snap this time. Back to pass. Perez wants it all. Airs it out and picked off. That'll seal it. Just get down, Gutierrez. Jaden has it. Comes back across the 30. And he'll take it to the 27-yard line. And the INT, 3rd turnover of the night, will seal it for the Lovington Wildcats. Holy cow. To quote Harry Carey, holy cow, I can't believe what I just saw. Actually, I think that was Jack Buck, but 16 seconds to go. It is kneel down time for the Wildcats. And they will go to 3-0 in what is going to go down as a classic in Wildcat football. And this does feel an awful lot like the game against Goddard. I want to say it was back in 2009. Only the team in white is going to wind up with the win. As Prudencio from victory formation will take it and put the knee down, as that will do it on the night, as the Lovington Wildcats victorious 47-44 Lovington wins and stays undefeated in pre-district. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and come back with your Devon Energy postgame report, and it's going to be a fun Bob Sriftway coaches conversation. Wildcat football continues in 3 minutes. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Football. It is your Devon Energy postgame report here on Z94 KZOR. Lovington outlast Carlsbad tonight 47-44. And the second interception of the night for Jaden Gutierrez seals the deal for the Wildcats. The big win by 3. We'll take a look at the numbers in this one quickly. We'll start with Carlsbad. And to their credit, they gave it everything they had. And there were times where they could have folded up and gone away, but did not. So they've got a lot to to keep their chins up about, and they could give Hobbs some problems. And Kaysen Perez tonight, their quarterback, goes 20 of 34, 349 yards, throws 4 touchdowns, and has 2 interceptions. His favorite target by far, Robert Castaneda, who had 11 catches for 198 yards and 3 of those touchdowns. Evan Lopez with 3 catches, 118 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns as well. So 5 touchdowns instead of 4. Yep, I got that corrected there. On the ground, Brock Wright with 70 yards led the way. So collectively, they get 349 through the air, 109 on the ground, 458 yards for Carlsbad in this one. They were flagged 16 times for 170 yards, 3 turnovers in the ball game. Very important difference maker. And, they put up a scoring display, scoring 28 points in that fourth quarter to get to their 44 on the board. For Lovington, Matthew Prudencio finishes up the night 27 of 35. There was one from Patrick Sanchez. So collectively, Lovington's pass throwers 28 of 36, 200, make that 300. There we go. 359 yards, 6 touchdowns, but more importantly, no interceptions on the ground. Kind of slow going. Dallas Cardenas coming in and establishing, though, in the second half. He carried the ball 9 times for 46 yards. Alec Olguin, 7 carries for 25 yards. And Alec Olguin tonight, 4 catches, 104 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That's a pretty darn good night. Elijah Rivero with 7 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Patrick Sanchez, 7 catches, 58 yards on the night. And Kyler Reeves coming up big, 3 catches, 58 yards. And Ryan Weiser with a catch for 6 yards that also happens to be a touchdown. For Lovington, 359 through the air, 53 on the ground collectively, and 402 total. They were flagged 10 times for 100 yards and came up big when they needed to. They scored 13 points in that fourth quarter. And how big do those 2 field goals now look by early in the game by Caleb Aranda, Don Morgan? That was just fantastic for Aranda. And my guess is a lot of talking going on down there. This is a very big win for the Wildcats. They've knocked off 2 6A teams, and they were named the #1 team in Class 5A in the state this year, or rather this week, by the Max Preps rankings. Quick update coming in from other games around the area. Eunice knocks off Nimmi late 35-30, and Hobbs falls in overtime to Roswell High 37-35. Roswell High, of course, the team will be playing next week to Open District back in the friendly confines of Wildcat Stadium. So a big game tonight. And I don't know about the young men down there and their coaches, but I know I'm pretty well gassed up here. I know maybe you are a little bit too, Dawn.
Oh, absolutely.
That was that was a barn burner. I think it is the definition of it. If you missed any of it, you can see every moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, do please subscribe to that, or HobbsAmerica.com. As this one is exciting, 47-44. Lovington got down early, and basically on the first play from scrimmage, Carlsbad scored after a big return to start the game. But then Lovington looked like they had it well in hand. But then Carlsbad came storming back, and it all gets capped off with an interception by Jaden Gutierrez, who had his fair share of big returns tonight too, that made the difference and sealed the 47-44 win. As Don Morgan preparing for our our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation here in the Devon Energy post-game report. So a lot of handshaking going on, I've got to think, down there. And
good job. Great job.
Pardon me.
Great.
So a very happy, I've got to think, Coach Bailey tonight.
It's a pleasure to watch you with the guys. I know you asked them first question in the huddle, was it worth it? Was it worth it? What'd they say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we had guys just, dropping like flies. Cramping and little injuries here and there, and we're going to be okay. But there's so many opportunities with that stuff to just, I'm done. I'm cramping. I'm hurting. I'm done. I tried, and I gave it my best effort, and I'm done. And
nobody would have blamed him, right? But heart.
Yes, ma'am. Faith over fear is our motto this year. And
what'd you say about faith over fear in the huddle to these guys?
I know how hard it was to keep their faith, and they just kept on keeping it. Their faith over fear was always there. It was always present. Every single time I looked in their eyes, every time they scored, I looked in their eyes and said, they still got to stop us, and they believed that we were going to go score every time.
And they did.
Yes, ma'am.
And you guys prevailed, and it's amazing. And now you've got, banged up, bruised up, 8 o'clock, film at 10, and next Friday, first district game.
Yes, ma'am, the Roswell Coyotes, and they're a good football team, very good football team, always. But we'll be ready to go.
3-0.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just proud of them. We've had a lot of opportunity in this pre-district to not be 3-0. Yeah. It could have been ugly, and they just kept choosing to want to win and love their brother.
And you told them this wasn't a perfect game. Mistakes were made, but what happened?
They just, again, I can't reiterate. They just kept going. And that's it. I mean, there were a lot of mistakes, and a lot of times we were in a great spot. I mean, Alec Holguin played his tail off tonight, and he got beat a couple times. But, man, he was right there every single time. He was not making mistakes. They're a good football team. And you have to give credit where credit's due. That number 6 is a phenomenal football player. Quarterback was putting it on him. They were getting time. They were running the ball well. I mean, they're a great football team, and Coach Sanders is top tier. I love him. He's a very, very good dude. I knew this game was going to be hard. I knew it, and they just kept going.
Yeah, their quarterback and Castaneda made it very tough on you guys. You guys had a lot to rise above.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And offensively, we just kept on doing our part too. I'm really proud of the O-line. I mean, Matthew was back there. A lot of times he was sitting there, but a lot of times that kid, he just kept being poised. I've said that word since week 1, poised. And he's always under control. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, he doesn't have any varsity reps before 3 weeks ago, and he's just back there hanging out, and I'm proud of him.
Very cool, very slow heartbeat.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Grace under pressure. And, man, the two-way players who just were gassed by halftime coming out second half, finding it, digging deep, found it, got it, 3-point win. Moving on.
Yes, ma'am. It almost feels impossible. What they do is inhuman. I can't even believe what they do sometimes. Playing both ways and all those, and the guys that they're going against are at such a high caliber and getting to go sit over there, rest for a minute, come back. Sit over there, rest for a minute, come back. And our guys are going against that caliber of a team and just going both ways the whole time. It's amazing. I'm so proud of them.
What's the key going to be against Roswell?
Well, they're always physical. They've got a phenomenal defensive line. They're very good offensively. I mean, we have to go in there confident. We have to have faith, and we got to be physical. We've got to match their physicality. We've got to beat their physicality, and that's not easy to do. And then we've got to trust that we got to do what we do. And I've said that before. I keep saying that over and over again. We can't. That's part about being fearless too. You got to trust the game plan, trust the work ethic we put in the summer, and trust your abilities.
You said it at halftime. Come out, do what we do. Be Lovington, do what we do best. So that's going to be the secret probably to not just this win, but next Friday as well. And you've got a week to prepare. Cam Ochoa going to be healthy for that, you think?
We'll see. We're praying hard. Again, like I said last week, I love that kid more than anything. And just hoping that he gets back out here as soon. I mean, we're not going to push it. He's got a bright future. He's going to play college football, and so we just got to make sure that he's ready to go when we take him out there.
Well, he was an important guy on the line, so really talking and a lot of spirit.
Yes,
and those fans?
Yes. Well, before I speak about them, because they were amazing, last week when I rewatched the YouTube, I heard Cam Ochoa through your mic about 30 times. It was amazing, and I'm sure this week, tomorrow when I watch it again, I'll hear him again. Just really proud of his leadership. He's a great captain. The fans, I was pleading with them to keep going too. Just keep going. Also, I know you're tired of standing up and yelling, and they were relentless. And we don't do what we do without them. I love them. I don't want to be anywhere else. I'm so proud to be a Wildcat.
Congratulations to you, your staff, the guys, and good luck next week. We'll be there.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Coach Bailey, back to you.
Thank you very much, Coach Josh Bailey, after the big win. And, what else can you say about that one? I think the answer is not much, so we'll let Coach Bailey pretty much have the last word in that one. It was an exciting one from the word go, with the Wildcats coming out on top. Our final score, 47-44. For Manny V and Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Carlsbad. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Have a great night, everybody.